Internet, and welcome to another episode of Soldiers of the Lich Queen. I am Sam, your dungeon master, and it has been some time since we've seen each other, but I hope you're as excited as I am to get right back into the party's explorations in Pyre, since they have absolutely no idea how to act in society. So, just to give a brief recap of what has been happening over the first couple episodes, the party's graduated their training program with the Gith, and went on their first foray into the world, joining in a Gith raid on a town, during which they helped take down a wizard who was shooting Gith astral skiffs out of the sky with fireballs. But afterwards, when they saw what happened to the town and how the Gith were generally conducting themselves, they had to ask the question, are we the bad guys? Which then prompted them to turn, their allegiances were already fairly tenuous, so this pushed them all over the edge and caused them to turn on the Gith in general. So when they chose their first location to begin their Mind Flayer hunt, which is the post-graduation initiation rite that all Githyanki must go through before they can join the other soldiers of the Lich Queen in the Astral Sea, instead of doing that, they said, no, forget that. We're going to go try and find allies to help take down the Gith. So they chose the city of Pyre, the largest city in the world, to go and try and gain allies and information. They wandered around for a bit and had their first challenge of figuring out what an inn looks like, which they've managed to, thanks to Rose talking to a carpenter, they managed to succeed in and found a place to sleep. They encountered something called the Bone Grinder, a continuously rearranging dungeon beneath the city that adventurers continuously enter into for seeking fortune and glory, as well as met a man named Lucas Ghislaine, who gave them a job helping out a poor university student who accidentally summoned something, wasn't quite sure, Lucas was unable to tell you what, but something unfortunate, into his master's workshop while his master was on vacation. And then they witnessed the very end of what's basically a parade through the city that ended in a giant feast celebrating someone completing a pilgrimage and joining what is known as the Silver Order, a group of people who go through a nations-spanning pilgrimage while resisting something called the Spell Plague, culminating in the city where they commune with the Silver Flame itself, the living god of this temple, which then purges the sickness from them and gives them a really cool looking silver flame replacement to the purple and green flames that indicate the Spell Plague. And at the end of the party, at the end of the celebration, that is where we pick up with our party. So the sun is basically setting at this point. You were told that you would get more information from the student at your inn, and at this point, the party is starting to wrap up. All of the people are picking up the furniture and the chairs and the tables and the food and bringing them back inside their homes, and everyone is generally beginning to disperse, including the orc that Aja was talking to, Kalai, who was keeping an eye on the new initiate of the Silver Order as she was celebrated and congratulated. So, what do you guys want to do? Don't all talk at once now.
Should we go sort out this wizard problem? Possibly.
I would like that. This is a bit much.
I could turn them all into rodents, and then it wouldn't be much.
More rodenty, no. No thanks.
Okay, that's just a suggestion. And where's Reggie? Where did he go?
You guys are not sure yet. You haven't heard from him since you've been in the city.
He probably couldn't find the inn. He's probably looking for it. It's very hard.
Oh, he is dead.
I hope not.
Me neither. That would be sad. I've grown used to and accustomed to teasing him and making fun of him. It would be so sad if I had no one to make fun of anymore.
Well,
Give you a pet to make fun of.
That is just cruel. Veggie can be my pet if he comes back. Now, let's go find that wizard.
let's go find that wizard.
Well, so you guys don't actually know where the wizard was going to contact you and send you the information to your inn.
That is right. I just remembered something. It's almost like this voice in my head told me that we don't know where the wizard is. So maybe we go back to the inn and wait for communication, or we go to that bone grinder and check that out.
We probably shouldn't be in the midst of something if we're waiting for work.
You're probably right. To the inn, and Hannibal just makes his way towards the inn.
Been 2 weeks for you guys, but like 3 hours for your characters, so a little difficult.
Goodbye.
Shall we, Drusilla?
Is there still bread being passed around?
It was more like a feast style, like all the food was just laid out on tables, like Hogwarts Great Hall style. You just it was just in front of you, just kind of served. So there's like still piles of bread on like a platter you can pass by.
I'm gonna grab a couple handfuls as we pass by to go to the inn.
So you as you're leaving, you're stuffing breadsticks into your purse. Got it.
Yes.
I had the same thought, if I'm perfectly honest, and I'm also going to stuff food into my pocket.
Asha and Drusilla just
I have a bag of holding too. I could have just went as much as I want.
God.
I feel like at some point this would be frowned upon. Just you guys grab a tablecloth and just fold it up and just start feeding it into the bag of holding. Okay, so you steal a bunch of food and make your way out of the high up top district of the city, Flamehold, where you had a lovely, lovely view of the sunset during their feast as it disappeared over the horizon. Because, just past the temple, because this city faces west over the water. You make your way back down through the street, and luckily, the main street in town, like the biggest thoroughfare, is the one that leads up to the temple, which you're right in front of, and that's the one that kind of weaves all the way back to the district where your hotel or your inn was. So you don't have to work too hard to try and figure out where to go over like this 6-mile long city. But you're walking for a few hours when you get over there, and then as you get closer, just because I think it's fun, I'm going to need survival checks from everyone to find your way back to the inn.
Here we go. Let's get a -1 to that modifier. 7.
17.
21.
Okay. Hannibal, you being in front, you keep pace at the front of the group, but at some point you have to pause because you don't exactly remember which way to go, where you were going. Everything starts to look the same. But luckily, Drusilla and Aja both kind of catch up to you and can then start leading you in the right direction as both of them remember the way to go through the winding streets of this very large city. And you eventually will make your way back to the inn where you originally set up and left skull fragments earlier today.
Forgot we did that.
I didn't.
Me neither.
And by this point, by the time you get back all the way across the city, it is pretty much nightfall by this point.
It's been quite a day. I think we should retire to bed.
Sounds good. Yes. I need to go make sure my mess isn't and upstairs to my room.
Okay.
Hannibal,
Yes.
no sneaky burning down the inn while we're asleep.
Why would I burn down the place I'm sleeping at?
You wouldn't mean to, I'm sure, but
Oh, yes, accidentally, maybe.
be careful.
Yes, I'm always careful. And as soon as I get into my room, I'm going to look under the mattress to see if like everything's still under there.
Everything is still there. I believe you told them not to look under I believe you told them not to look under the mattress, so they did not. And there's still the disgusting mess of bloody bone shards underneath the mattress.
Good.
All right. The other two of you, as you come in, you see the halfling owner still standing behind the bar, like waves you come inside, expecting you.
I'll go up to her.
So have a good first day in the city.
It was a day, anyway. It's rather a lot.
Yeah, I guess for someone not around here, it could be.
We've managed to secure a job. We were expecting someone sometime to come and tell us about it. If anyone asks for us, would you be kind enough to get us?
I can take a message, yeah. You want me to wake you up if they come early in the morning, or do you want me to let you sleep?
Wake me up. That would be sufficient.
All right, I can do that.
Thank you so much. Does that cost anything?
No.
Oh.
You've paid plenty enough.
Oh, all right. And there's no rules about, if I were to have dinner somewhere else and bring food back, that would be okay?
I don't care.
Oh, no.
Paid for dinner with your room, but if you want some else's dinner, you already paid for mine, so I'm not losing anything.
Is it too late for more dinner?
I think we still got something on the pot. I can check.
I'd be grateful for whatever you have.
All right, let me check. And she steps down off the step stool that she stands on behind the bar, and then as she walks away, you can only see from here up on her as she walks away behind the bar, and she goes over to the hearth where there's a big cast iron pot set on an arm, like a swinging arm over the fire, and she swings it out and takes the lid off and checks inside of it, and then goes over, grabs a wooden bowl, ladles some in. She comes back with a bowl of some sort of meat stew with a heel of bread and just a. And she asks, "You want anything to drink with that?"
Yes. Whatever you think is good.
All right, and she just turns around and to the closest barrel of ale and just pours you a mug and sets it on the counter in front of you.
I will unload my take from the feast into the stew.
So you just take everything you got and just put it into the stew.
Yep.
All right. There's a Danish, some cheese, a couple of grapes, some fruit.
That's all right. It's stew.
You got probably an entire loaf of bread, so it probably won't fit in the bowl.
We'll just leave the loaf out. We'll dip with the loaf.
Okay. All right. She gives you a little bit of a funny look as she sees you just dumping all of this random food out of your bag into the stew, but then she just shrugs and goes back to cleaning up for the end of the day.
I will eat the food.
Okay. It's, interesting. You grew up not terribly picky, so, it's not bad. It's not bad.
And what time of evening is it?
It was sunset while you were still at the feast, and it was probably an hour and a half, 2 hours of walking to get one end of the city to the other with traffic and everything.
I'll try to stay downstairs until 11:30 midnight.
Okay.
Then I'll go up to sleep just to see if our guest comes.
Okay. Hannibal, you went upstairs to investigate the bone fragments. Drusilla, what were you doing?
Going upstairs and unloading my steel there, not in her view, just counting all my breadsticks.
Okay. Yeah, you go up and you take inventory of all the food you got. And yeah, it's a pretty good haul, I'm guessing. Yeah, you probably grabbed stuff that you were interested in. Looked familiar. I'm guessing maybe a lot of bread and vegetables.
Does any of the vegetables that I grab kind of be like familiar from home?
Yes, yeah. There would be quite a there would not be very much here unfamiliar to you. So a lot of it is, fairly common things that are available pretty much everywhere, but there are some that I'll put it this way. There are some that you find here that you didn't have at the Gith Enclave for the past 2 years that you did have back home.
Okay.
Because you don't necessarily have the greatest sense of reference of what vegetables are unique to your home and which ones are just you can get everywhere. Rice. We had this at home. It's like everyone has this at home.
All right. And then after that, she's just gonna go to bed.
Okay.
While Hannibal is in his room.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he was on the Enclave, he was training in deep speech?
Oh, yeah.
How would you say that's gone at this point?
Let's say I think you guys were studying for 2 weeks, so
And it takes 3 days. It takes 3 days to learn a language, I think, right? Or how long is it to learn a language?
I think it's half a year.
Oh.
Yeah, it's under downtime activities. I'm pretty sure it's a bit of an extended period of time, so I'll just say you're making progress on it. We can look up the specific rules for it later because I'm pretty sure you're not getting close.
Okay.
I think there's different ones in Xanathar's Guide and different ones in the Player's Handbook, so I'll have to look. But pretty sure you're making progress. It's a full language, so it takes some time.
Sure. Okay. That is good to know.
But you'll have plenty of downtime to work on it.
Cool.
So, do you keep working through it and trying to use some of the books you took from the Enclave to keep practicing your deep speech conjugations?
Yes. So, how much time do you think I would have had in it? Because right now I have written on my notes 3 days.
Oh, okay. I'll say bump it up to 2 weeks in a day.
2 weeks of learning to speak to the illithid.
Mm-hmm. So you're so in the accusative case, that word is blah, 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 blah. And so you spend your night doing that until you go to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Aja, you stay up basically sitting in the tavern. The tavern owner offers to refill your mug a few times if you like. Okay, so she'll keep coming and topping you off. You stay up until very, very late at night, but you don't see anyone come in looking for you.
Okay. I will retire to bed then.
Okay. So you guys all go to bed. And what's everyone's passive perception? I'm kidding. I'm joking. No, you all have you paid for a night in an inn. That comes with safety. So you have a nice restful sleep in a bed that is. I'll leave it up to you to decide how much more it's comparable levels of physical comfort to the Enclave that you had. The bed is about the same level of quality, and it's not drafty. It's warm. I'll leave it up to you to decide how the new surroundings affect your comfort level, whether being away from the Enclave makes you more comfortable, or whether being surrounded by all these unfamiliar people in this massive city adds that level of discomfort for you. But either way, in the morning, all of you wake up. Actually, Aja, you will be woken up first by a knock on your door.
I will open the door after putting on clothes.
Okay. You see the halfling tavern owner. You have to kind of do one of those look around for a minute, but you have to remember to look down and see her standing in front of you. She says, "There's a person downstairs looking for you."
Person.
Yes.
Person. Do you have anything for what happens when you eat things you shouldn't eat?
I'm sorry, what?
Really bad and sick.
Oh, there's an apothecary 2 doors down if you want.
That would be good.
All right. I ate too much.
Person. What person now?
I don't know. You said to let you know if someone was looking for you, and someone came by asking about you. Some people to help out with something about a house,
House.
some wizard, something university district.
Wizard, right? Wizard. Yes. Yes. I'll be down momentarily. Don't
right.
let him leave.
All right. She heads back downstairs.
I will go knock. I will dress, and then I will go knock on Drusilla's door.
Good morning.
Is it? Oh,
Yes.
I feel terrible. Do you have? Is the wizard person downstairs about the house?
Okay.
I thought maybe you could go talk to them. I'm gonna go see if Hannibal has anything to make me not sick. Which was probably a very foolish idea now that I think about it.
Well,
I'm not going to do that. That is a foolish idea.
I'll go talk to them. Maybe just go back to sleep it off.
Oh, probably best to walk it off. I'll get Hannibal if you want to go down.
Okay, I'll go down. Just
I'll get Hannibal.
I'll go down.
Okay. So you go over and knock on Hannibal's door.
Yeah.
All right, Hannibal, you hear a knock at your door.
You may enter.
Hannibal.
Yes.
I know it's probably a terrible mistake, but do you have anything for an upset stomach?
Yes. Open the door and come in, please.
Gently open the door and peek in.
I spin around in my desk chair and do the basic instinct leg cross. What would you like, Aja?
I think my dinner isn't sitting well, or didn't, and I was hoping you'd have something.
Alright, let's see what I have. I take out the vial with an earlobe in it. No, that won't do it.
Oh.
You see like half the headless GIF body come out? No, not that.
That's right, you have the bag of holding.
Yeah. I have a vial of seaweed and some fish scales.
Actually, Hannibal, I'm feeling much better, much better, very suddenly better, much better.
Wunderbar.
Yes,
I could also like do something to heal you.
Nope. All is well. Drusilla is entertaining that wizard person. Why don't we go down and see him?
Oh, wunderbar. Let me put on some clothes then, because I'm currently in my natural state.
Yeah, please do. That would be good.
Wunderbar. Mage hand helps me get dressed.
So you just like your mage hand just like floats around grabbing your clothes and bringing them over to you as you put them on.
Yep, and then bowler head. Wunderbar.
I'll see you in a few. Thanks. Bye.
Yes. And I wait for Aja to leave, and I'm like, wunderbar. And I pick up. Is there anything like on the desk I could use for fun purposes? That's like decoration or whatever.
Depends what you mean by fun purposes.
Well, you see, Hannibal took a new spells that he wants to play around with. Would you say that I pick up the chair and put it in my bag of holding?
Okay. I don't know if the chair, because the bag of holding.
Let me see.
The mouth of the bag of holding is fairly limited. I don't know if you can fit an entire chair in there.
Okay, fine. What would you say is on the desk or around the desk that weighs maximum 5 pounds?
You could find like a small. There's like a small wash basin full of water that you could dump out the window, I suppose.
I dump the water out the window and put the wash basin in my bag of holding.
Okay. Fits right in. You hear from down below, you say, hey!
Sorry, that was not urine.
All right. It keeps going.
All right, and then I go to meet up with my siblings.
Okay. Drusilla, you get downstairs first, and you see a person sitting. You're looking for a wizard, and this person stands out very much. You see a young woman, a dragonborn, standing next to the bar where she could easily be sitting, wearing what looks to be kind of like black robes, but there's like it's almost more like a tunic with pants underneath, all solid black. The sleeves are like rolled up and then kind of tied up with like a cord that loops around a piece of fabric to help keep them out of the way. And she's kind of standing there waiting anxiously.
How tall in feet would you say this woman is?
Approaching 6 feet, and
Okay.
with, by the way, with bright green scales, by the way.
So Drusilla walks up to her and is like, "Hello.
Oh, hello.
Are you the one that contacted Lucas?"
My friend is actually. I'm here for him. His name is Eugene, and he's at the house right now trying to keep things contained. So he sent me to come and get you.
Okay. Do you know what's going on?
He wouldn't tell me exactly. I think he's afraid that the more information he gives out, the more likely it is it'll get back to his master.
That's understandable. Well, I've just got to wait for my 2 other associates, and we'll be ready to go.
All right, thank you. This really means a lot to him.
I'm sure it does.
All right, and she goes back to just kind of anxiously waiting as the other 2 of you come downstairs.
Good
see this call.
evening.
Morning.
Correct.
Are these them?
Yes, they are.
All right. Are you ready to go? He's very anxious, and I would probably prefer that we do this quickly.
Yes.
All right.
Lead the way.
Good, excellent. Yes, right this way. And she, leads you out of the inn.
All right.
You guys start traveling along. You start heading south through the Silvergate district, and eventually find yourself on one of the 2 very large stone bridges that arch over the river that runs through the city. And you come into the district of Elterberg, the university district. For the other 2, for Aja and Drusilla, as you're coming into this section of town, you notice it's a little more spread out. You might notice the buildings seem a little bit nicer. There's generally a bit more space, and there seems to be a bit. The people here tend to see a lot more people dressed in similar dress to the woman guiding you here. Hannibal, on the other hand, as you're walking through this section of town, you notice a lot more details because you immediately pick up just from the signs of the businesses around. You can immediately tell of this place. This entire district is meant to support a place of higher learning. In the ones that catch your eye are the ones that go towards like the sciences and magic. You're sure there are other ones too. You see a lot more bookbinders and booksellers. You see more like glass blowers and fine metal workers, as opposed to like blacks. You don't see like that many blacksmiths that are making horseshoes. You see a lot more places that make like fine pieces of like clockwork or other things that would be used in much more delicate machinery. And just generally speaking, to you, this entire place looks like just one giant supply closet.
Wunderbar. This place is like my dream.
So for you, if it comes to trying to find any sort of arcane or other type of materials that would be used in any of your studies or work, this district is probably going to be where you would buy them.
Wunderbar. And what's the district called again?
Elterberg.
I already have that written down. Sweet.
Okay. So she leads you through. You end up, you pass by what looks to be the main actual like university campus. It's very big and sprawling and has like actual open stretches of lawn maintained between very large, old-looking buildings, where you see the highest concentration of people wearing these robes. And you can see a difference in color as well. The vast majority of them are wearing those same black robes as the young woman who's leading you. But you also see some greens, some reds, some blues, and then you see a handful of people spread out through the crowd wearing just solid white robes. And these ones they're not like the functional ones. Hannibal, as you look at hers, you can tell that it looks like they're robes, but they're meant to be functional. Like the sleeves roll up and stay out of the way. It's not like long and billowing, so it's going to get caught in anything or like light on fire if there's, something nearby. Like it's the kind of thing that's going to be functional at a workshop. These people in the white robes they're long and billowy with very long sleeves that dangle down. And all of the people wearing those seem to be much more advanced in years. But then you make your way a little bit past that, and you come to what appears to be a fairly nondescript house made of very nice brick, well-maintained garden around it with a wrought iron fence. And it's kind of set apart from some of the other houses. It's in a bit more, even more sparsely populated area where the houses have some space between them. They're not crammed all right up next to each other. And she leads you into the backyard where kind of like between some of the houses. It's a little bit more sheltered through a swinging wrought iron gate where you see another young man, a human, wearing the same robes, standing up against the backside of the house. And you can see, as you walk in, you can see him straining with effort as he finishes completing a spell. And you can see sort of like these blue glyphs hanging in the air against the house. And as he completes them, you can see energy almost go skittering across the surface of the house to vanish around its corners. And he turns around and sees you and just goes, oh, good. Is this them? Is this the one? Are you the ones that are going to help me?
Yes, I am Hannibal, the Archmage.
Wow. That's impressive. Okay. I don't know if I can afford an Archmage. I set a price. I said I'd pay that Mr. Ghislaine guy a set fee, so if you need more, I can't really do that.
Do you possibly have any spell scrolls I could have?
I could try and get my hands on some. Yeah.
Wunderbar.
Perhaps we should do the job and then we can discuss the payment.
I would appreciate that very, very much. Thanks so much, Celissa. Thank you so much for getting them. She says, is there anything else you need from me? He says, I don't think so. Thank you again so much. I owe you. She's like, 3 weeks of homework, you said? Yep, that's what I said. Yeah. See you tomorrow. And she just smiles and waves and then leaves through the same gate, leaving you alone with him. So, how do you want to do this? What do you need? There's the doors right there if you want to just go in.
Excellent. Thank you for your help.
Why don't you start with what's
Hannibal, no.
Oh, I felt sit here and wait for the information. Yes, thank you, Aja.
Anytime.
Okay. So, I was doing some research on the ethereal plane, and I was, I wanted to take a peek. So there's a spell that sorry, what?
The what?
The ethereal plane. It's a coterminous plane with the material plane that, along with the Feywild, the Shadowfell, that intersects over our own realm of existence.
I'm sorry, what?
Big words.
Of course, exactly what they said.
What?
Hannibal, you've studied planar ethereal a little.
Oh,
probably.
Good. This is part of my later plans.
Yeah, no, Hannibal, you've definitely, especially with the gift being like interplanar species, like you're a little familiar with the structure. You've at least seen a map of the planes before, so you would know what the ethereal plane is. Other two, not so much. You say, okay, so it's like, have you heard of a ghost?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
where ghosts live. That's putting it very simply.
Did you summon a ghost?
No, I knew to look for that.
You were there? You were there?
Well, no. Okay, so there was a spell that lets you look into the ethereal plane. It kind of, because they kind of overlap, so it lets you see less of this world and more of that one. And it's a little advanced for me, But I took my time, and I thought my master's workshop would be able to help me with all the materials and everything, and it being so having such good stuff and having such good. Anyway, I tried it, and I mixed some things up in some of the runes, and I might have mispronounced some parts of the incantation, and I might have opened a small hole. I managed to close it. That part's not the problem. Something came through.
At least it wasn't the negative energy plane.
That would have been bad, yes.
It walked into this place where ghosts live.
No, I just kind of opened a hole, like a door, and
Uh-huh.
something came. I didn't go through. I like opened a door and then I closed it, but something came through. So the reason I was out here, kind of doing magic on the wall, he amends as he, like, you can see him like about to say something more complicated than just brings it down, is because it's a big spider that can go through walls.
A big spider.
Wunderbar.
Oh, all right.
And
Spiders.
yeah, it can like kind of vanish and walk through walls. Luckily, my master has wards up to prevent that kind of thing. I've just been maintaining them to make sure it doesn't slip through. So it's stuck in the house right now.
Oh,
But it's kind of had free reign of the place because it bit me. And I'm pretty sure I managed to kind of like shake it off, the like poison. But even then, like I felt my whole arm go numb and I kind of just got out of there.
we can do spiders.
We can deal with this, and thank you for telling us. I won't report you to the others at the Silver Order.
Thank you. I don't know why the Silver Order would need to be involved in this. Are you threatening me? Is that what's happening right now?
No. I'm just saying
No.
thank you for telling us so no one needs to get these events reported.
Okay. All right.
I thought I said that nicely.
Working on it, Hannibal. We're getting there.
Yep, that's progress, man. That's progress.
I bring out my mage hand, and I pat him on the head.
All right. Okay. Thank you. He summons his own mage hand to kind of brush yours out of the way.
Oh, I wunderbar.
Right, spider.
Mm-hmm.
Snap my fingers and my mage hand goes away.
Okay. So there's the door. Thank you again.
I do the Aragorn push and open the doors. And step inside.
You have to like, turn the handle and like it opens out.
Wunderbar. I meant to do that. And I pull it out.
Okay. You just walk up to it.
May I, Hannibal?
Okay.
And if you can try and avoid, like, if you can keep the door closed as much as possible, because we really don't want it getting out.
We'll go in and close the door.
Should just be the one.
Oh, that night we spent in the inn at the start, that kind of does a long rest, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. I want my spell slots. Give me my spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
So pull open the door. What do we see?
Okay, so you pull open the door. You just see kind of like a mud room in the back of the house. It's fairly small with another, like, just kind of like a push door that leads into the rest of the house, but it looks like just kind of like a self-contained area in the back, like a cloak room, basically.
I will gesture the others in and quickly shut the door.
Okay.
I take my light hammer off my belt, and I get ready to do what it does.
Okay. As soon as you close the door, you do notice that it gets dead silent. Like, more so, like, it doesn't, there was like sounds of bustling city and voices and carts and road outside, but as soon as the door clicks shut, dead silent.
Because this is unnerving. And I cast Arcane Weapon on my light hammer, and instead of it being lightning, it's going to be wreathed in flames today.
Okay, so fire comes up off the head of the hammer and illuminates it is dark in here, so it illuminates the room a little bit.
Fires for spiders.
Aren't there going to be like lots of papers and things that are flammable in here? Probably. Maybe that's not a good choice. Just a thought.
I'll be delicate.
Will you?
Yes.
You are making progress, my friend. All right. Drusilla, do you have any preparation to do?
No. She's gonna pull out her boomerang and get ready.
Boomerang.
All right. So is there a door in this mudroom that leads deeper into the house?
Yes, there is. It's this one is like there's no latch, just like one of those ones that pushes open and it kind of swings both ways.
I'll pause in front of the door and take a listen.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
10.
Dead silent.
Claire. Open the door.
Okay. You push the door open and step out, and as you walk into the rest of the house, you can see the floor, the walls, and the ceiling are just coated in webs. They like crisscross the hallway. There's like chairs that are absolutely encased. Tables and things. There's an entire there's like a vase of flowers that's like suspended as it's been completely wrapped up. Like just everything you see is coated in webs.
Well, this is unnerving.
Is it safe to burn it?
Well, I think if we light all these webs, it could take down the house too.
That'd be bad.
Also, how much would Hannibal know about spiders?
You could make me a nature check and find out.
Can I make a nature check and find out?
You could.
I'm proficient in nature.
12.
Okay.
Take a stab. 5.
All right.
Great.
Hannibal, actually, if you wanted to make me an Arcana check, though, you can do that.
Because of what it is.
Mm-hmm. Because it seems to be not just an ordinary spider; it's an extraplanar spider.
Fuck. 3 + 4, 7.
All right. So you know more about spiders than you do about this particular kind of spider. Spiders, yeah, they lay webs. You know enough about spiders to know, like, yeah, if you touch the web, generally spiders can feel it.
Don't touch the web. It could alert it to our presence, unless we want it to come to our presence, and then we just kill it.
Could do that.
Wunderbar. Poke.
So you just step right out. So it's like you're stepping out into basically a fairly narrow hallway. I'll just tell you what you're looking at for right now. Up ahead of you is a fairly narrow hallway. Turns to your right, looks like it goes into a kitchen. Up ahead, you see the front door of the house and a staircase that leads up to the second floor.
Oh, maybe we should go somewhere more open first.
Is there any way to get around the webs?
It pretty much. There's less on the floor. It's like a very fine coating. It's almost like the floor. As you look closer, and Drusilla, you're fairly familiar with this, having lived in the woods. It looks a lot more like strands that have just kind of happened to fall down there. They're not like held tight in the way that they would necessarily be meant to trap anything. It's kind of just like looks like where webs that may have just like drifted down and fallen off have ended up.
I'll take my hand axe and try to cut some of it and see what it does.
Okay. You take your hand axe, and for the most part, you just go. It just cuts right through. It's fairly thick, so you feel a bit of resistance, but it, for the most part, feels like you're just cutting through cloth.
Okay.
As you lean out and do that, though, give me a perception check.
Unnatural 20.
Natural or unnatural, did you say?
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural. Okay, still good. As you cut through it, you can see movement underneath the web, like where you part it. As you see a spider about this big, you can't tell if it's white with blue markings or blue with white markings, but as it's crawling along and then you like reveal it, you see a slight, very slight flash of blue as it vanishes. And then you see a bit. And as you stand up and look around, you can see a little bit more movement on the web, on and in and behind all the webs in the hallway.
Spider disappeared. There was a spider, and it disappeared. That's what happened.
I follow. And I'm gonna follow Aja's lead and like just take my flaming hammer and touch some of the webs with it.
Like a whole section of it lights up very quickly in a flash. And you even like as it lights up, it completely like vanishes, and you can see some scorch marks left on the wood paneling behind it.
Oh.
Oops.
But give me a perception check as you do that.
3 minus 1, 2.
Yeah, no, you're just like, yeah, you're like you have to close your eyes because it like goes up so fast. You have to take a step back because it's like a sudden flash of light in this otherwise dark hallway.
Hannibal's intelligent, but he's not wise.
There are windows outside the mudroom, so some light is getting in, but it's kind of filtered through dark curtains, so it's got this almost like very cool blue light in here. It's dim, but easy enough to see.
Sweet.
It looks like it's breeding.
Oh.
Good.
I take out one of my vials. I'm gonna try to catch one of these spiders in a vial.
Okay. I mean, they're like this big.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Like, they're not tiny.
I'm gonna try to squish one and put it in my bag of holding.
Okay. Make me an attack roll.
12 plus 5, 17.
Okay, so you just reach out and just with your foot, with your hand. What are you working with?
Yeah, palm.
So you just take your palm, to smash it. There's like a slight squeaking sound as you squish it, and just green goo sprays out of it. There's a bit of a crunch as its exoskeleton cracks, and then you just take it and you just put it in the bag.
Actually, I'm gonna crunch it up as more than I can, so I can cram it into a vial.
Okay, so you just like liquefy this thing and cram it into the vial, and you can hear this crunching, squeaking sound coming from it. As Hannibal is doing that, can I have the other two of you make me a perception check?
9.
16.
What was it?
16.
Okay, Drusilla, you've just been sitting here watching this whole thing and listening. And from your right, down the hallway that leads towards the kitchen, in the kitchen you hear this very slight rustling sound that starts to get louder and louder and louder as it approaches. And you notice just in time as an entire, probably like almost 6 foot across swarm of these spiders comes just racing out of the kitchen, just along the walls, heading for Hannibal as he's just sitting there cramming the spider into a vial.
Okay, hey, that's a big old nope. That's a no way, fam. Hannibal.
Wes what is it?
She's gonna point.
I throw my hammer.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
21.
Okay, you hit. Roll damage.
And it's fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Does Aja see this as well?
Yeah, when Drusilla points it out, yes, you do.
That's 5 points of fire damage as my hammer comes flying back.
So that's total damage?
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
Fire.
So, yeah, you hit them, and Aja, I'll let you give a reaction as well.
Since I've got my hand axe in hand, I will go ahead and throw it.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
21.
That'll hit.
And hand axe is a d6. 4.
Okay, you throw your hand axe, and it comes in and it squishes a couple of them, but it just looks like because there's so many, you're used to attacking people and beasts. It just hits a few, but doesn't really seem to have too much of an effect on them. It does, it squishes some, but not entirely. And with that, I'm gonna ask for some initiative.
Fuck. Hannibal got a 13.
Okay.
Two.
Oh boy.
What are you adding?
Nothing.
Oh.
Same.
Oof.
Drusilla?
Don't subtract anything.
I got a 22.
Okay.
I've got some laundry to do. I'll come back in a few rounds.
All
It goes
right. Aja, your turn.
at a 2.
Sorry. I meant Drusilla. We're doing in reverse order today. I just felt like, maybe it'd be fun.
Man, that'd be awful if a 2 went first.
That's a Three Stooges episode right there.
We're gonna kick this battle off with a thunder wave.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's a Constitution saving throw?
Yep.
Okay, then. Let me see. What's the con save? Not great.
Question.
Yes.
What about me and Aja? Because we're right by that swarm.
Oh.
Well, you both. It's actually so it hasn't approached you guys yet because you.
Oh.
So it's
Okay.
still coming down the hallway. So Drusilla, you have to step up a little bit towards it, and then you let out this boom of thunder.
Wunderbar.
It got a 3.
Yeah, that's gonna take all damage.
Mm-hmm.
8, 10.
10 damage. Okay.
10
So
damage.
you step up, and you guys see Drusilla step up and just reach out her hands or hold out her staff. I don't know how you cast your spells.
With the staff.
Okay, so she holds out her staff, and there's just an enormous, and you see just a shockwave run through them as you can see the entire wall ripple, and a good number of them just explode as this wave of thunder hits them. And do you have anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope.
Okay, that'll bring us to Hannibal.
Sickle in my left hand, my flaming hammer in my right hand. I'm gonna throw the hammer,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna run up and attack with my sickle off him.
Okay. All right.
So hammer, dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Max. That is 7 points of fire damage,
Okay.
and then yes, coming up with the sickle.
Don't even worry about it. You go up to swing with the sickle. You throw the hammer to go spinning forward, parallel to the wall, and it just goes skidding across the wall, moving in a C-shaped pattern as it spins, and just burns through this entire crowd of them in its flight path before coming back to your hand. You run up and go to swing your sickle, and you can just see they're all just falling to the ground, curled up dead.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But then, as things go quiet again, you hear movement from upstairs.
It's probably the mother we've just angered.
Hello, we're down here. We just killed your babies. I don't think spiders know common.
All right, what do you guys for the moment? You have quiet, and it's we're out of initiative order. What are you guys doing?
Get my hand axe back and pull out the glaive.
So
Okay.
should we just go upstairs then and just deal with this thing? I mean, look how easy I killed the babies.
I helped.
That's true.
All right, let's go upstairs.
Upstairs.
Okay.
Age before beauty.
Didn't we hear something from the kitchen as well?
That was where the swarm came from.
Well, let's just not leave anything behind us. Let's check this floor first.
All right.
You said there was a door to a kitchen, and are there any other doors down here?
You don't know past the. You can't really. Probably down the hallway ahead of you, but from right where you're at, you can only see to the kitchen.
Yeah. Start with the kitchen.
Okay, so you go over to the kitchen and you can see, covered in webs. And as you move in to investigate, you can see the sink. There's a pewter sink basically right there. There's not a spigot or anything. Maybe you can see some runes etched into it. on the sides under all the webbing, but what's basically filling about half the sink appears to be a massive bundle of egg sacs.
We should get rid of that.
1 second. 1 second. I could use these egg sacs to possibly try to do some things. Maybe somehow harvest the venom, or even I could take the egg sacs, and if we get very hungry, I could cook them and sort of make scrambled eggs.
Or we could just smash them.
We could smash them after I take a little bit.
Take a little bit, and then we'll smash them.
Are you making fun of my voice?
No, I'm not.
Okay, wunderbar. And I'm going to approach the egg sac, and I'm going to try to remove a tiny bit and put it in a vial.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. 18.
Okay. You go in very, very carefully. You take out a pair of tweezers that you use in your finer tool working, and you manage to just part some of the webbing, pluck one out, and fit it into a vial, and you manage to not disturb anything around you as you do that.
I take a step back and bow. You may destroy the nest now.
I'm going to light one of my torches and just put it in the sink.
Just all right, so you just stick it in there, and then for a second it looks like it may have gone out, and then you just see the orange glow just continue getting brighter and brighter from inside, and you can see movement, but then the flames just catch up very quickly, and a gout of fire nearly up to the ceiling just erupts from the sink and burns everything away. And you can see the flames starting to curl up and around the side as the webs start to smolder, and the fire starts to spread a little bit off towards the counter.
I'll try to beat it out around it so it doesn't spread.
Okay, so you take something like a cloak or something, you start smacking at it. Okay. You manage to control the fire, contain it, and the entire interior of the sink is just burned clean and just black with soot.
All right. Anything else of note in here?
Hard to tell because everything is completely covered in webs. You would have to take some time and investigate and peer through some things and maybe move some stuff if you wanted to see anything of detail.
It's a kitchen. Shall we move on?
I think so.
Yes.
Maybe go check out the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay. Step back out into the hallway. You start walking down it. You can see there's a couple of doors, but they look, since the walls are completely covered, these doors look like they are, for the most part, coated in webbing. And you would have to basically cut or burn through the webbing on the wall here to get the door open. But on the far side, you can see just an open archway leading to the right, and then to the left is where the stairs are.
Start cutting near one of the doors.
Okay. All right, so you start just trying to cut your way down through that? Okay. Are you trying to be subtle about it, or are you just going fast?
Fast.
Okay. As you do that, and you're kind of cutting your way through, it looks like as you're cutting through this, the ones you were slashing at before, in the corners and stuff that you first saw as you came out the door, the webs were very thin. These ones, as you're hacking through them, it's taking you a minute because these webs appear thicker and stronger. There's an underlying layer that is much larger strands than the thin, almost regular sized ones you were cutting at before. As you're hacking at this, I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 24.
Okay. So you're cutting through this, and you notice just as you're cutting, you have to get kind of close in, and a couple of them come out and bite you as you're cutting. You smack them off of you as you go. They're just coming at you 1 and 2s. You do feel a couple of them bite you, and you can feel that numbing sensation come into you as they bite, but you manage to shrug it off and just keep hacking through, and you manage to eventually clear this door.
I'll listen at the door.
Just press your head. So you You had to like cut around the edge of it, so the door itself is still like plastered in webbing. So you like press your face up against it, and it just like you stick a little.
16.
Okay. In here, yeah, you don't hear anything.
All right. I'll try to open it.
Okay. It sticks a little, but it opens inward, and you can hear like the slight couple strands you missed just snapping and cracking as the door swings open. And you can see in here, you can see webbing, but a little bit less of it. This appears to be just some kind of sitting room, maybe a receiving room of some kind. There's a few bookshelves. Looks like there might be knickknacks behind the webbing, some sofas and chairs. You do also notice, however, in here, on the inside of the walls that lead into this hallway, you can see a lot of the smaller ones laying there dead and kind of like curled up right up against the wall. And you can see a lot of them, or pretty much all of them, are missing like almost half of themselves right up, like they're like sitting right at the base of the wall and like all like cut very neatly in half.
Huh. Interesting. Is it hard to get over to one?
No, not really. They're pretty much like right next to you as you open the door.
I'd like to look at it. I'm interested in does it appear that they were cut by something sharp, or is it jagged, like they were pulled apart?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, yeah. 5.
Okay. You pick it up. It's in half. You're not quite sure how that happened, but looks weird.
Either of you two, can you tell if this was cut by something or pulled apart? I don't know. Seems weird.
I'll take a look.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Oh, I'm not good at those guys. Natural 1.
Nope.
I cut things apart for a living, I guess. So
Yeah.
I can take a little gander.
All right. Give me an investigation check. Did you get a natural 1 too?
No, I got a 9.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you guys are having a hard time figuring this out. This is a mystery. You notice there's none of those like egg sacs in this room. It appears to be fairly, and pretty much the majority of the webs you've seen here are the thicker, stronger ones.
Well,
they're dead. That's the important thing. Shall we go on?
yes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next door.
Okay. You start hacking away at it. This one's just before you get to the main like front of the house. Is the front? You can see the front door, the stairs leading up, and there's a set of double doors just next to the stairs, leading as you go past them, and then there's the archway on the other side of that. But so you're just gonna hack through this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and going fast again.
Yep.
All right, give me that Constitution saving throw.
21.
All right. Yeah, I just like I grew up in the wilderness. This is what get off of me. This is fine. And you hack through it. You manage to pull the door open, and you see what appears to be a coat closet.
Okay. Nothing horrible lurking inside.
No, actually, pretty much no webs in here. Actually, you see very few webs. There are some. They seem to be entirely the small ones. You see none of the larger caliber of web inside this closet. And just inside the door, you see more of those like bisected corpses.
There's more of the ones that are cut in half in here, guys.
Maybe that visit was lying to us.
Maybe.
Maybe he cut them in half.
Maybe I'll put him in my bag of holding.
No, that's not what we're gonna do.
Can Hannibal discern how much one of these half of these corpses might weigh? Like half of a bisected corpse might weigh?
Oh, very, very, very little. Like less than an ounce, maybe.
Oh, they're tiny?
Oh, yeah. They're like with legs this big.
Never mind.
Like tarantula-sized, basically.
Never mind.
So there's the end of the hallway is a T-junction, you said?
Mm-hmm. And you've got a closed set of double doors, an open archway, and then you also got the stairs up that lead up.
Okay. Look through the open archway first.
Okay. Looks like it leads into just a dining room. You can see the big open table with chairs, pretty much all completely encased. You can see like a china cabinet against one side that's closed up. You can see glass behind the webbing.
Any giant spiders?
Nothing giant. You see more of the little bits of movement. You're kind of just getting used to the fact that these little ones are just kind of everywhere. But for the most part, you don't see anything that you describe as giant yet.
Okay.
You know, Aja, I have a safer way to deal with the webs on the doors.
Okay.
And I snap my fingers and conjure my mage hand, and it waves at Aja, and then I just make it vanish again.
Oh, all right. Sure.
I like how you waited 2 doors in order to do that.
Maybe I just clued into it now.
There's those double doors if you want to try it.
All right, mage hand. And it's going to float over and turn to like, not turn, but like do like the rock, paper, scissors thing, but go into scissors and just snip, 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 snip.
Well, so it's still a hand. So like it's still a hand doing this motion.
Yeah.
So like it's not making too much progress. Like
yeah,
that.
I was like, just, and then like, just like rip the webs off.
Yeah, you can start ripping. If you handed it a knife, you could also use that.
I didn't think of that either.
You can eventually start ripping the webs away, and you clear off this door, and you can see that it is. It appears to be a very nice pair of oak-paneled sliding doors with like divots that you can put your hands in and slide them open.
All right, mage hand's gonna do that.
Okay, so you just pull them aside, pull it open,
and then I vanish mage hand.
Okay, you can see through like what little gossamer threads of webbing are left dangling down. You can see what appears to be a study. You can see a desk. You can see some shelves. You can see
in there without even looking, just in.
Okay, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit!
Oh, no.
As you get in, as you're going in, you're like, "Wow, there are zero webs inside this room."
That is a 7.
Okay, Hannibal. Okay, so you take 4 points of thunder damage as you are hurled backwards off your feet as you see just a line of runes on the inside of the floor light up yellow and just launches you off your feet backwards into the hallway.
Constitution saving throw because of my I gotta do a Constitution saving throw because of arcane weapon. Concentration check.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
Beat a 10.
Natural 1.
Your hammer goes out.
Oh, fuck.
Hannibal, there's some runes on the floor.
I see them now. Thank you.
Anytime.
I got very excited. And I get up and groaning with 10 hit points.
Okay.
So don't go in there.
Can you do something about it?
Let me see. And I'm gonna get as close to the door I can get without getting shot back. I'm gonna try to examine the glyphs.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check. How'd you do?
7.
Yeah, this is some wizard stuff.
That's going to dice jail. Dice jail.
This is you can tell that this, like, you have some training, so you can definitely tell that, yes, this looks to be some kind of permanent ward, protection ward set in by the wizard that owns the place, meant to protect the study, which would also make sense as to why there are no webs inside the room. It looks like whatever is in here has had a hard time getting into this room as well.
It's just warded. We can't get in.
All right.
It's for the best. It's not our house. We shouldn't really be snooping around.
Onwards, let's go.
Up the stairs.
You two go first, please.
I'll go first.
Just
You
in
sure?
case there's more wards, I don't want to get shot down the stairs.
You
Okay,
sure?
so
Drusilla?
marching order is Drusilla, Aja, Hannibal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're making your way up the stairs. Okay, as you're making your way up the stairs, there is you see one of the like a blue flash of light above you, kind of like what you saw when that little one vanished, but much, much bigger on the ceiling directly above you. And Aja, as you look up, the first thought that crosses your mind is, that's nearly the size of a horse as it attacks you.
Okay.
And does a 16 hit you?
Just.
Okay, so it
That
comes.
is very big.
Yeah, it basically it's on the ceiling and it drops down to the wall and attacks you with its fangs. I need to make you I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
14.
Okay, so you make it. So you only take 6 points of piercing damage as fangs sink into your shoulder. You can feel poison enter into your body, but once again, you've been practically immunizing yourself through getting bitten by all of the little ones. So you feel just a much more powerful version of it enter into your bloodstream, and you fight it off. And you all look up and see this thing just hanging on the wall right next to you.
Okay. I will attack it.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
No initiative?
Not for right now, no.
All right.
I'll let you guys just kind of respond at this point.
That is a 17.
That will hit.
12 damage.
Okay. Drusilla, Hannibal, what are you doing?
Is there anything around that looks like it's between 1 to 5 pounds on the ground?
Not really. You're kind of just sitting. You're kind of like halfway up a staircase at this point, so there's not really much around you.
I chucked the wash basin out of my bag of holding onto the ground.
Okay. Thunk lands on the ground.
And I cast catapult on it.
Okay, so you drop it, you like toss it on the ground behind you, and then it lifts up off the ground and flies up at the spider.
Dex saving throw.
Okay.
It's probably going to succeed too.
It's a 13.
That succeeds.
Plus 2, 15. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Well, there's all my first level spell slots.
Oh, is that not a half damage one?
Nope. It just flies off and hits something else.
So it just flattens itself against the wall and just flies past it. Aja, Drusilla, it keeps going up into the second floor, and you just hear as it just clatters like that sound of smashing pottery up on the second floor.
Shit.
Drusilla, your turn.
How far away is the spider from me?
If you guys are right next to each other, it's pretty much adjacent to you because it's right next to Aja.
I'm gonna hit it with my quarterstaff.
Okay, so you just whack.
Yeah. 17.
That does hit.
For 3.
Okay. So you whack it for 3 damage, and it lets out a little bit of a squeak of anger, but not much compared to when Aja hit it. And then there's another flash of blue, and it's gone.
Great. It could be anywhere.
Okay.
I just want to look around. Do I see it anywhere?
You do not see it anywhere, no.
And we're close to the top of the staircase?
You're about halfway. It's not a very tall staircase. It was like as you were making your way up, it was like just appeared, attacked. It basically appeared, attacked you. You all got to turn and swing at it, and then it just vanished again. So it's a very short way up to the rest of the stairs.
Well, onward, I suppose.
Yes, indeed, onwards.
I'm gonna have to stalk this thing through the whole freaking house.
Can we hear, like, the noise of it moving? Can we hear that?
No, it like when it appeared next to you, there was no sign of it, and like given the amount of overhead space and wall space, it would not have been able, like even if it was invisible, you would not have been able to miss it being that close to you. So it's not like invisible; it's actually like disappearing entirely.
And did it make any sound that we heard?
Not leading up to it or afterwards. There was that like very slight, just like sound as it appeared and disappeared.
What do we see above the landing?
Do you make your way? You keep making your way up to the top of the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. As you make your way up to the top, you can see a couple more doors and rooms, but you can see what appears to be the largest concentration of web coming from down the hallway to your right, coming out of a just open doorway where you can see a pair of very large doors that are completely webbed open.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I'm waiting for you two to do something.
All right, I'm gonna stalk to the door.
Towards the double doors?
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way. So stalking, does that mean stealth?
No.
Okay, so you just make your way forward. All right. As you get closer, you can see the doors actually like moving slightly, and it appears that they're actually moving on their own, straining against the webs, trying to shut again. But the webs there's just such a large amount of webbing on this, it's holding them open.
Hannibal.
Understood. Mage hand to go clear the webs.
Okay, so you step up, and also as you're stepping up, looking through, you can see this opens up into a large cavernous room. It looks like it leads all the way up to the roof of the building, and you can see magic circles inscribed into the ground underneath the web. You can see shelves of books and scrolls, and you can see cabinets full of vials and pieces of equipment all over the place, and multiple workbenches.
Yeah, while Mage Hand's clearing up the webs, I'm gonna go snoop.
Okay, so you just leave it to clear up the webs, and then you walk into the workshop?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you walk in. This appears to be where the largest concentration of webs are. You can see that this goes up all the way to the roof, and you can see there's a couple of windows up top, circular ones set like into the roof that are normally would let sunlight in, but with how much webbing there is, they're only letting a little bit through, still leaving it fairly dimly lit in here. And yeah, this appears to be a very well-stocked and well-maintained, aside from all the webbing, wizard's workshop.
All right, and you said it's dim in here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to use magical tinkering.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a 5 light radius onto my glove.
Okay. So you guys see Hannibal walk in, hold up his glove, and then his hand just it illuminates and lights up the area around him.
Yeah, just 5 feet, so kind of using it more like look around and stuff, and read books and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you have to everything is completely coded, so you actually have to work pretty hard to get the webbing off of this stuff, because it looks, based on what you heard, this is the room where the thing was originally summoned. So this was like the point of origin, so this is where the thickest and densest webbing is.
I think it's safe in here, everyone. I'm just snooping and looking for things that might help us out.
Well, let's be quick about it. We have to find this thing and kill it. We don't want it to heal.
Yes, information may help so.
Okay, so you go into the room. So Hannibal, so what's everyone looking at as you come in?
I'm going to watch for anything to appear again.
Okay, so you're just standing at the ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Roughly where are you trying to stand to do that?
In the room beside the door, not in front of.
Okay. But away from the other two?
Yeah.
Okay. Drusilla, what are you looking for?
Well, currently she's trying to pick off webs from her feet because she's not wearing shoes.
Oh.
So she's just standing there trying to just pick the webs off her feet.
Oh, I forgot to mention the glove. It's 5 feet of bright light, and then 5 feet of dim beyond that.
Okay, so it lights things up a bit for 10 feet there. Okay, so she's just sitting there picking webs off her feet. And then Hannibal, what are you doing?
Looking for book titles and through the scrolls, possibly.
Okay. You have to get pretty close in order to see through all this webbing. So because of that, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, ball sacks. I'm proficient in those. Sweet. That is a 15.
Okay, so a couple of them bite you, but you manage to swat them off, and you don't feel any adverse effects from the poison. So you're digging through. What languages do you speak?
Hannibal speaks Common, Gith, Infernal, and Primordial.
Okay, so you would recognize some Primordial, you would recognize some Infernal. There's some books on like demonology. There are some books on like the formation of the planes. There are some books on some written in common, a lot of philosophical books about like the nature of good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a lot of technical manuals on things like theory of enchanting, interplanar travel theorizing.
Sweet. Yeah. I'll take the interplanar travel book, put that in my bag of holding.
Okay.
I'll take the demonology book, put that in my bag of holding.
Okay.
So anything involving magic that I can see, or the planes, I'm putting in my bag.
I mean, that's like nearly this entire place.
I'll just take those 2 books then.
Okay. As you're doing that, can I have perception checks from everybody?
Oh, cool. Oh, almost a natural 20. -1. 18.
Okay. What was it? Sorry.
6.
6. Okay. And Drusilla?
13.
13. Okay. Let's see. All right. Hannibal.
Hey.
You're looking through these books and everything, and you just suddenly, like, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up for a second. You feel like that feeling of being watched.
Guys.
And then look up over your shoulder just in time, up in the densest webs, up in the cavernous ceiling. You can see the big one creeping its way down over you.
Panic, throw my acid vial.
Okay, roll the attack roll.
I'm not proficient in improvised weapons, so that is a 7.
Okay. Just goes up and it goes up and just hits a web and just boing, just gets caught and doesn't even break.
Oh, I can get that back later.
But after you throw it, the thing leaps down at you.
Of course it does.
And it is going to try and grapple you. So I'm going to need an athletics or acrobatics check.
Let's go with athletics.
Okay.
17.
All right, so this thing leaps down at you, all of its legs extended, and you just put your hands up, catch it on the chest, and manage to like deflect it off the side you just manage to push its weight off as it hits the ground and rolls, and all of you see it in the middle of the room. Now roll initiative.
I keep rolling 7s for everything. Oh, guess what, chat? That's a initiative. It's not a 7. That's a 4.
I, however, have a 7.
More 7s.
I have a 5.
Oh.
You're on fire.
All right. So what were those numbers again? Let me just. All right. What were those numbers?
Hannibal got a 4.
Okay. You still got a 5.
Yep.
And what did Aja get?
7.
Aja goes first in the party with a 7.
Man, this is brutal. And I don't have my arcane weapon, so I only have 2 first-level spell slots.
All right. So the spider goes first, and it rolled off of Hannibal. It's going to give up on that, and it's going to lunge forward with a bite.
Yep, bring it.
15.
I have 12 AC. That hits.
Okay, so roll me a Constitution saving throw. As fangs sink into you.
30-20.
Okay, so you managed to fight that off, and you take 6 points of piercing damage. Its fangs sink into you.
Hannibal has 4 hit points left. Caster.
But that leaves it still standing there. It feels fairly. It sees you like getting kind of woozy. Like the poison didn't take you completely, but you blink a few times and like start to sway just from the amount of blood loss and poison.
I'm going to die.
It stays confident and it stays put, making it Aja's turn. You can see this thing standing there right next to Hannibal.
All right, I'm gonna take my glaive in both hands and just plunge it in.
Okay.
That is a 23.
That will definitely hit.
11
damage.
Yeah, and I'm gonna. If it's not dead, I'm gonna action surge and attack again.
All right.
That is a 19.
That does hit.
And I get to roll that because I was a 1 and I have great weapon fighting. And that is 9, 10, 11, 12 damage.
Oof. All right. So yeah, you slice into this thing and you can see it like it's careening from side to side with its legs kind of like catching underneath it. And it seems like it is doing absolutely terribly. Drusilla, that brings us to you.
Can I get between Hannibal and the spider?
They're right up adjacent to each other, so it'd be a little difficult.
I'm going to get up to Hannibal and cure wounds.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
1 hit point.
So, 8, 9, 11.
Oh, nice. I'm back at max.
Okay. Anything with your bonus action?
I just want to try and make it so that I'm the bigger target than Hannibal.
All right. And Hannibal.
Okay, so this is very bad. So I'm going to attack with my light hammer and my sickle in my offhand.
Okay. Roll him.
Light hammer was a 10.
Miss. It dodges out of the way.
Sickle is a 14.
That does hit.
Hold on, actually. 18. 14 plus 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely hits.
Okay.
So roll the sickle. Don't add your modifier.
Yeah. 1 slashing damage.
Okay, so you take like a tiny little chip out of its exoskeleton.
I don't like this. I don't like being this close.
All right.
Let me see if I can do this as a bonus action.
Well,
I already used my
sickle's
bonus action.
yeah.
Never mind. Just standing here, then.
Okay. It kind of like shakes a little bit and shivers. It's completely surrounded by all of you. Does not seem to like this. And it lets out this like squealing noise, like before vanishing again. This time, though, as it spends its action doing that, you see another large collection of blue flashing up against one wall. And you see another swarm of them all flash blue and appear on this side of the wall. But as they appear, you notice that about half of them seems to miss the target a little bit as they reappear, and half the swarm reappears halfway in the wall, and only their front half comes through, sheared off completely in half, and half of the swarm just falls dead to the ground.
Aha.
Guys, we figured it out.
The mystery is solved. Let's go home.
We don't have to kill that wizard boy.
Yes, we'll leave now, kill the wizard boy, mystery is solved.
But the other half of that swarm is still active and and still standing there, coming towards you. But it will go after Aja.
Okay.
So that brings us to Aja's turn.
Do I have any sense of like, yes, it's going to attack me, or?
The swarm.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be called in by an angry, hurt mother, and they seem to be moving aggressively towards you.
How far away is it?
From you, 20 feet.
And where are Hannibal and Drusilla in relation to me?
They are pretty much right in front of you, pretty much all standing in a cluster with a horse-sized space in between you, where there should have been a giant spider.
Okay. I will just step forward of them 5 feet, so I'm in front, and I will hold my action for them to get within 10 feet of me.
Okay. So you stand up in a protective stance in front of your friends, and that's exactly what they'll do. The swarm just comes towards you. As soon as it's within 10 feet, you can take a swing.
I will take a swing. 22.
22 definitely hits.
9.
9. All right, so you swing. You're sweeping with your glaive, but it's, again, seeming like it's not doing full damage to this swarm because you can only hit like one at a time. And they just keep moving, and they're going to enter into your space. So they just enter in and just swarm all over you and are going to make an attack.
Okay.
So it just bites all over the place. That's a 21.
That'll hit.
All right. And this is going to be... All right, that is 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And can I get a Constitution saving throw?
22.
All right, you're just used to this at this point. They keep biting you, but you just manage to shrug off the poison.
Con proficiency, yay.
And that'll bring us to Drusilla.
So all the spiders are currently on Aja.
Mhm.
Most of them.
Get them off, get them off, get them off!
Yep.
Oh no.
Do something!
It's a big old nope. I'm gonna try and like push them off with the quarterstaff, like kind of beat them off.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can make an attack. You're fairly confident you can make an attack roll against them. I'll say if you want to make an attack with disadvantage, you can, because you're trying not to hit Aja.
I'm not good at attacks anyways. That's a 5.
You're swinging. You keep swinging wide and not hitting them because you're trying to avoid. Like every time you're about to hit, you like pull away because you're afraid you're about to just hit Aja right in the face.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, get them off!
I'm trying.
And that'll be Hannibal.
Oh god.
Hold very still.
No.
No.
Light hammer.
Roll. Are you trying not to hit Aja?
I'm just trying to get the spiders off. If I hit her, it's whatever.
All right, roll without disadvantage. Just roll a normal attack.
She's tough. 11.
That does not hit. So you throw the hammer and you throw the hammer, but it manages to not hit Aja either. So it just like flies. Aja, you see this hammer come and just like barely go right past your ear before coming past the other one on the other side of your head and before turning to Hannibal's hand.
I has another idea.
Okay.
I approach Aja and take out my sickle. Hold very still.
Roll your second attack.
22 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. And damage.
Mm-hmm.
4 slashing damage.
Okay. Again, since you're swinging with just you can only attack one at a time, you can only do a little, you're not doing terribly much damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Bringing us back up to the top of the order. Drusilla, you're standing kind of back there on your own, and you just see a slight glow of blue from behind you as your shadow suddenly extends in front of you. And it is going to attack you.
Thanks. Can it just say no?
That is a 12 to hit, though.
13.
All right, so you see that. You get the slightest bit of warning, and you just lurch forward, and you can just hear the as its bite just catches nothing but air, and it's right behind you. But it does not vanish again, so that brings us back to Aja's turn.
How far away is it?
About 20 feet back. It's about right where you were standing before.
Do I see it?
Yes, you can see it.
All right. I'm going to whirl. This has got to stop, and I'm going to charge it with my glaive.
Okay. Charging, it looks like as you run out of the swarm, they can't all stay on you, and they just kind of fall off and are staying there right in front of Hannibal. So you charge just out of the swarm towards the big one.
Yep. And do I take an attack of opportunity for that from the swarm?
Swarms take attacks. Yeah, that's right. I'm thinking of older edition. Yes, they can.
Okay.
And they get a 21.
That will do it.
for another 6 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And can I get another Constitution saving throw from that?
All right. 15.
Okay, you make it again. So you're right up against the big one.
All right, I'm going.
Drusilla, like, eyes go wide as she sees the light, doesn't even look back, just ducks forward, and you can see it just barely miss her.
I'm gonna act for my bonus action. I'm gonna do second wind.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. 7, 8, 9 back. Okay, back up to 13, guys, and I'm going to attack Spider-Man. 22.
That will definitely hit.
9.
All right. How would you like to finish it?
Running out of the swarm and just overhand my glaive just hard as I can down into the thing's face.
Okay. Swing down, it goes all the way through its head, and you feel it impact the floor and put a slight dent into the wooden floor beneath as it just hits the ground, pinning its head to the ground, and its legs just curl up underneath it as it dies.
And the swarm, crap! And
Yeah.
to face the swarm.
You turn around just in time to see it moving into Hannibal's space and attacking Hannibal. Hannibal, that is a 19.
That hits. I have 12 AC.
All right.
Don't worry, Hannibal. I got you.
Maximum damage for 8 piercing damage.
All right.
And can I have a Constitution saving throw?
13.
You make it.
Oh, thank God.
DC 11. So yeah, they swarm all over you. The few that are left, it's a much more reduced swarm, and they keep just biting into you, but you manage to fight off the poison, bringing us to Drusilla's turn.
We're gonna go. So I'm 15 feet away from Hannibal in the swarm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna thunder wave.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm sorry, Hannibal.
All right. So the swarm gets a 4. Hannibal, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
7 again, plus 4, 10.
7 plus 4 is 11.
That's right.
I mean, DC 13, so.
So okay, they both fail. Roll damage.
Thank you, math teacher.
7.
7.
Yeah.
Unconscious.
All right, so you just reach forward, you just point your staff at them, and there's this as they're just like almost like a gust of wind just blasts all of them off of Hannibal. It's like a slight delay. It's like the front end of it hits and blows all of the little spiders off, and they all go splattering against the wall behind him. And then like the main force of it hits and just lurches Hannibal off his feet, and he just goes tumbling into the ground unconscious.
I'm gonna start moving towards him.
Okay, yeah, combat is over.
I want to try and stabilize him.
All right. If you're not using a spell, make me a medicine check.
I'm good at those, guys. I'm good at those. Dirty 20.
All right, you managed to yeah, like get Hannibal into the right position, check his neck. His neck's not broken. Set him up. It's not too difficult. You managed to patch him up, and he is stabilized, and in a few minutes he'll wake up at 1 hit point.
Shall we get out of here, Drusilla? Call this one done.
Yeah, I think we should be done with this.
This is probably for the best. At least he won't have a chance to cut it up or steal something.
He's got to be running out of vials here pretty quick.
We can hope. And I'll pick Hannibal up and sling him over my shoulder.
Okay.
Just a question. What were the titles of those books that I took?
The demonology, and the planar one was known as the structure of the Great Wheel.
It was called what?
The structure of the Great Wheel.
Okay.
And then the other one was known as Karzal's Demonology.
Sweet.
No, we should probably have proof too. So with Hannibal over one shoulder, I want to try and drag the spider out with my other hand.
It's big. It is large size, so it's a little. You can do it, but it's a little difficult.
It's okay if it clanks going down the stairs. It's all right.
Okay.
Drusilla is going to try and grab as many of the little babies as possible to hopefully have like a I'm sorry gift to Hannibal when he wakes up.
Okay. Dead ones, or I'm guessing the dead ones you grab?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going, yeah. Like, you blasted them off, and they landed in webs, so they're, like, all kind of stuck to the wall, but intact, so you can just kind of go over and pluck them off.
Wait a minute. Didn't Hannibal take one of the eggs?
He did, yes. It's in his bag.
That seems like a terrible idea. Doesn't it seem like a terrible idea?
Can we search Hannibal?
Let's search Hannibal for that vial of eggs. Really?
Okay. You're searching Hannibal, and you're not on him. You're not finding a vial of eggs. The last thing you have to check is his bag.
I don't know how that works.
I'll stick my hand in and hopefully
So you open up the bag and just like stick your hand in. It just keeps going. Like you put your arm up to the elbow into this relatively small bag.
Do I feel anything?
Just sticking your hand in, you just feel air.
My arms are too short.
Did you find it?
I feel nothing. My arms are too short. You try. You got long arms.
All right, I'll reach in and try to find the the thing I think I remember him putting it in.
Okay, so you stick your arm in, and you get like up to the shoulder. Basically, it's like you should not be able to stick your arm this deep into this bag. But when you think about the vial with the spider eye in it, you just feel something flies up and lands in your hand.
Weird. Pull it out, look at it.
Yeah, you can see a small vial, and it has like a little tiny little egg in it.
See, your arms were longer than mine.
Weird. His arms are really short too. I wonder how he does this.
He's got longer arms than me.
I'll drop it on the ground. I'm going to stomp it.
All right. Shattering glass, and you squish the egg inside.
And we agreed, Drusilla, this didn't happen. We don't know where it went.
It got lost in the fight.
Must have.
Oops.
Strange days. Onward. Pick up the spider, drag her by a limb or something, and begin dragging it down the steps again.
As you go down the stairs. Yeah, and you can head outside if you want.
And head outside.
Okay. Yeah, there's more of these smaller ones around still, but they're not anything that's causing you a threat, especially as you're leaving. Yeah, you go out and you can see Eugene, the student, is still nervously standing there. It's very bright outside, actually. It was very dark inside. Your eyes have to adjust. It's like, oh, good, you're alive. Did you do it?
I'll just point to it, drag it out in the sunlight.
Oh God! He scrambles over backwards and crawls behind a shrub, and then peeks out. And he's like, "Oh, it's dead. Right, yeah. Yes, thank you. How did it go?
It went.
Sure did.
Points at Hannibal. Is he dead?
Yeah.
Not dead, but
Fine.
he's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right.
Payment?
So I paid that other guy. I think you go to him to get paid, is what he said to me.
Right. This one, and I'll point to the a Triton on my shoulder. He was hoping to get some kind of scroll or something from you.
Yeah, I can look into that. Yeah, I can try and see what I can find. I don't have anything on me, but I can definitely get my hands on something like that. Yeah.
He worked really hard for it.
Do you have any idea what kind of scroll he would like?
A long one.
Okay.
Really good paper. He likes paper.
Okay. Drusilla, you would know how, vaguely how, being a spellcaster, how spell scrolls work, so you might be able to give an actual answer to him if you wanted.
What is the most powerful magic you can have on a scroll that you yourself can have on a scroll?
Oh no. Doesn't seem like a good idea at all.
That I could look into.
Could we get him like a cupcake scroll or something?
Okay. I'm just gonna head inside and see how everything looks.
Should we wait? Should we go?
I think we should go because it's not our mess to clean up.
Right, and you'll bring us a scroll of something, right?
Wait, hang. You said mess. Is there a mess? Is it a big mess?
What do spiders produce?
Fear, terror, anxiety.
You're not very
Webs.
smart for a smart guy.
Sorry, what?
They produce webs.
Oh.
Come on, Smarty, keep up.
Big spider, big webs.
Could you just maybe hold on here for just a second?
All right.
Fine.
He goes inside and you just hear, oh, no. And then a second later he comes out. Could I maybe ask for your help? Again?
So the agreement was we would kill the thing. We've done that.
Right. I think it was 400 gold if you kill it, right?
Yep.
It was
What if I had
600 actually.
Was it 600?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what if I make it another 300 plus the scroll, 900 plus the scroll total if you help me clean up?
I don't know, Aja. Should we?
I mean, cleaning up is at least a 2-scroll job, I think.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't have to be powerful magic. Like,
Cupcakes would do.
Roll me a persuasion check. One of you can make it with advantage because the other one's helping.
This is Drusilla. Go for it.
oh no.
I have a penalty. You don't want me to do it.
I don't have anything. Natural 20.
He's like, fine, 2 scrolls too. All right, 900 gold, 2 scrolls. Please just help.
Yeah, I think we can make time.
I guess we'll make Hannibal comfortable.
Thank you so much. I'm going to be in so much trouble.
And I guess we'll go help.
Okay. So, yeah, you go inside. You can, like, set Hannibal up in a chair on a couch or something that you clear off. It takes you... It's working. You're working for a bit because the house is completely covered. Hannibal, you wake up at some point. You're inside the house laying on a couch. Yeah, you're whole. Everything's there. It seems like it. Yeah, you can hear sounds of like footsteps and talking and voices upstairs.
I was muted on OBS. Okay, so I am alone. I woke up screaming.
Mm-hmm. You guys hear from downstairs.
Wunderbar, I think it's time. Time to do some experiments on this couch. Time to find my spider egg.
All right, so you stick your hand in the bag of holding. Spider egg does not come to your hand.
I swore I took one. Whatever, I go back to the kitchen.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, burned them. Shit.
Yeah, you go in and you can see just a blackened wash basin sink filled with soot where there was a bunch of eggs.
Is there any dead spiders on the floor?
Yeah, they haven't gotten down here to clean yet.
I'm gonna cut this one open and see if there's any egg sacs inside them.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like these are too young to have.
Son of a... Where's the big one that we killed?
You look around, and I suppose it's still sitting in the backyard.
I run to the backyard.
Okay, yeah, you look around, you can see it out the back window, you run out in the back, and you can see this dead thing just curled up.
I immediately start digging inside of it, looking for eggs.
All right, make me a survival check.
I'm not rolling that one. That one gave me bad rolls tonight. No. That is a big 7. 8 minus 1.
You guys upstairs, you're helping with the workshop first. That seems to be his priority, and you're
More fucking
clearing up these
sevens.
webs. He's set up a small. What you guys have been working on? He's set up a magic circle, like one of the like permanent inlaid magic circles on the second floor, set with like silver runes into the ground. He sets up basically just like there's a bunch of fire basically just supported an inch off the ground. They are just shoveling webs into, and it seems like the circle is containing the fire and keeping it. So this is just a safe disposal method. So you're just cutting stuff down and tossing it into the fire. Drusilla, you're cleaning out one of the windows, and you clear it out, and you just see Hannibal kneeling in the backyard, elbow deep in that thing's corpse, just frantically tearing through it.
We should stop that.
Oh, you stay here and help. I'll go talk to him.
Okay.
Based on your knowledge of nature, he's not going to get very far at the rate he's going.
I go downstairs, go outside, and just... How you feeling, Hannibal?
Fine. I lost my egg. I took an egg and now I lost it. Where is it?
Where'd you put it?
In my bag of holding.
Oh. Maybe it got lost?
It's impossible for something to fall out of a bag of holding. Someone must have took it.
Are you sure you put it there?
Yes, I'm very positive. I have an eidetic memory.
You haven't taken that feat.
Nope. I has a feeling maybe it was the wizard, so I'm going to go burn him alive in just a moment, unless I can find more eggs inside this thing.
How about I help you look for an egg, and we don't burn the wizard alive, since he's going to give us 2 spell scrolls. So...
That works.
Maybe not. So I'm going to look for eggs.
Okay, so you're just kind of helping him look in ways that you know will not yield any eggs in this thing.
This is very, very disappointing. I was going to use it to make potions.
Okay, so you guys are looking. Aja, you're upstairs helping Eugene, the apprentice wizard, clean out this house, pulling down webs, cutting them away, catching. You'll see a little one, like, you'll pull down some webs and you'll see one of the little ones go, like, skittering across the floor, and he'll just be like, ah! And he'll point his finger at it, and a little blue ray comes out and then freezes it in place. And then he'll just walk over and punt it into the fire.
Okay.
You guys, it takes you a while. The two of you outside in the backyard, you pretty much get to the point where you've mutilated this thing to the point where if there were eggs in here, there aren't anymore.
How is the abdomen?
As in, like, how does it look?
Like, how does it look? How big is it?
Abdomen's probably about, like, yay big, like, approximately like exercise ball sized. It's probably the part where you've been tearing into the most, so it's like cracked open and spilling out onto the ground.
Just to be safe, and I pour the contents of the abdomen into my bag of holding.
So you just open the bag of holding and just tip it in, and just all of its insides just slosh into your bag of holding.
Yep.
And vanish inside. Okay.
I can just look for eggs later then.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. And I go back inside.
I'm following him, making sure he's not burning the wizard alive.
Okay. Hannibal, where are you going?
Upstairs to the wizard.
Okay, you go upstairs. You can see the workshop. They've managed to clean up most of it at this point. The wizard is at this point up on a ladder. He's using very controlled... he's using a mage hand to tear stuff down off the ceiling. And he's just catching your acid vial. And he's like, how did this...
That's mine.
Ah! Oh, okay. Oh, you're awake. All right.
You can't steal any more of my stuff.
What?
You took my spider eggs out, which was in my bag of holding.
What?
Someone went into my bag of holding and took a spider egg.
I didn't.
I see.
I was never alone with you. They had you the whole time. They carried you out and just put you on a couch.
So you're saying it's one of them that took my egg?
I'm not saying anyone took anything. I'm just saying I didn't do it. And here. He hands the vial to his mage hand, and it flies the vial down to you and just holds it out. Here. Yeah, I'm not taking anything.
I put it in my bag of holding.
No problem, Mr. Archmage.
Yes, you remember, I am an archmage.
Yeah.
Speaking of the spell scrolls, I demand it. Or is the spell scroll I demanded?
Yeah. Your friends bargained for 2. They said 2. I'm good with 2.
Do you have any? You see, I've been studying things recently.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any that could open a interplanal portal?
So you see, I'm kind of I'm an apprentice. I'm new. I'm not the most powerful, and for reasons they don't exactly give us access to that stuff yet.
Just a moment, Zen. And I'm gonna like try to be lie what I'm doing. But I'm gonna roll my eyes in the back of my head.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Hello, this is Hannibal. I am reaching out to you, the Silver Order."
Hey, whoa! Hey, I'm roll a deception check actually.
Oh, this was so bad. 4.
What are you doing?
I like to practice what I say to people before I see them.
I don't know what the Silver Order needs to say about this. If I get arrested for any reason, I haven't done anything illegal, but if I got arrested, you wouldn't get paid.
Imagine if these spiders went out into the populace.
Whoa! Hey, I hired you to do a job, and that seems like going back on the terms of our original agreement. Is all I'm saying.
Yes, but someone stole my egg.
I don't know anything about your egg.
Hannibal, I took the egg.
What? No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Is that why you're helping me look for another one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Just a moment, and I pull out my notebook and I write something in it and put it back in my bag of holding. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later.
Do you have any other requests on those scrolls?
Oh, yes, sorry. Some things that can summon demons. Goodbye.
You just go to leave.
Yep, I'm gonna go check out the district.
Oh yeah. So you go wandering around in the district.
Yep.
All right. So you 2 stay and help clean up?
Yep.
All right. You manage to get it to a fairly passable degree. Takes you a while, but it's like, all right, I don't want to take any more of your time, so I'll take it from here. I'll make sure Lucas gets the money and those 2 spell scrolls, and you should just if you go to him tomorrow, if you go to him tomorrow, he should have everything.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so very grateful for everything and not getting kicked out of the university because of what I did. So thank you. Okay. Gotta finish this. All right.
Where's Reggie? No, where's Hannibal? We don't know where Reggie is either. Where's Hannibal?
He left.
He left.
He just walked out.
Oh. Doesn't he want his scrolls and things?
I think he might be mad at me.
Oh, you told him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was gonna kill the wizard had I let it go on any longer.
That probably would have been worse.
Like, he'll get over it, I hope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely for the best, I feel. Right?
Yeah, it's for the best.
Walking around with bodies of things and
Yeah, I don't.
went rampaging around the city because of us. That would be really bad. Or what if it hatched in the middle of the night and poked us with its pointy bits, and that would be bad.
I mean, it's no different than what Hannibal did back in the Enclave.
No, that's very true. Oh well, he'll deal with it. What should we do now?
Do we go find Hannibal, or do we just go back to the inn?
He probably needs some time to cool off, I think. Maybe we should let it lie.
Very
Get
smart.
him a present or something?
I grabbed a couple of the dead little spiders for him.
Oh, does he know?
No.
Maybe we could go buy him something since we're here. To make up for it?
This does seem like the district that you would shop in.
Oh, it's full of smart people or something.
Let's go get him some like fancy paper or something. Or another vial. Let's go get him another vial.
Vials with things in them. Let's do that.
Yeah.
But safe things. Things that won't hatch and stab you in the night. That's got to be something we can find.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys head off into the university district of the city in search of vials that will not kill you in the middle of the night.
And nice paper.
And nice paper. All right. How are you attempting to find these things?
Window shopping.
Okay, so you guys.
Window shopping.
All right, so there are a lot of very large window displays on the shops in this district. It's not hard to find. Just give me an investigation check. It won't be difficult.
Both of us?
Yeah.
All right.
14.
13.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to find a shop that seems to have, you see paper in the window, and you see another one that seems to have vials in the window, and some of them even have things in them.
Perfect.
Wow.
Let's go look.
Yeah, let's go. Which one are we going to first?
Yeah.
Paper or vials?
Vials.
Vials. Okay, let's go vials.
Okay. So you head into the vials store. Yeah, you can see it smells very interesting in here as you come in. You're not quite, it's hard to place the smells that you are smelling as you come in. You can hear bubbling coming from back further in the shop. It's kind of one of those ones that has like a U-shaped counter where primarily you as the customer stay in the central area, and then there's just big shelves up against the walls of the shop with all sorts of things that you have no idea what they are. There's a door leading into the back, and it looks to be, you don't see anyone around at the moment.
What if we found something that looked like an egg in a vial and we told him that we found it?
I could tell him that I felt bad and wanted to return it, because all he knows is that I took it. He doesn't know we destroyed it.
And that we were worried about it, but we realized he's trustworthy and responsible and reconsidered.
And then I can apologize to him.
Right. And we'll get him that and maybe something extra to say we're sorry. I like this plan.
Like a nice piece of paper.
A nice piece of paper. We need to find someone who can find the right thing.
Yeah.
I'll shout.
Just wordlessly, just like, ah!
Help!
Oh, what's that? 1 second, yeah, 1 second. And then you see, after a couple of minutes, a hunched old woman comes out leaning on a cane from the back, like kind of almost saloon doors. You see steam and smoke bubbling up from behind them as they close. How can I help you?
Do you know what a spider egg is?
Yes, it's an egg that hatches into a spider.
Do you have any in vials?
Need to be alive or dead?
Don't care.
Like, we don't want the egg to hatch,
Yeah,
if that's
dead.
what you're asking.
Definitely dead.
All right.
I can help you with that. Do you have any preference on the kind of spider?
Something exotic, but not likely to come back alive and stab us in the night.
How exotic?
Something that doesn't stab us to death in the night.
That doesn't answer my question, young lady.
Not from this area.
All right, I'll go see what I have.
She hobbles off towards into the back.
This city is amazing.
It's honestly growing on me.
They have everything.
All right. A little bit later, she comes out and she's holding one of those vials that, or it's more like a bottle. It's one of those ones that's like a large bulbous bottom with a narrow neck on it. I think that's called an Erlenmeyer flask. I'm not sure. Is it? Cool. And it's corked, and inside of it you can see what appears to be a spider egg based on what you saw from the one Hannibal had, but it's about this big as opposed to the one Hannibal had was about that big. So it's almost like about golf ball sized, and it is this almost like dark milky black color and seems to have like just this cloudy liquid swirling around inside of it. And she like shakes it around. It seems to be soft. It like bounces along the inside of the vial. This the kind of thing you're looking for?
Will it come alive and stab us in the night?
Not unless you do something try real hard to make sure it does.
Perfect.
Sets it down on the counter.
How much?
Want that one, or do we want one that looks like the one we lost?
That's a better choice.
Do you have one that's smaller, like very small?
How small is very small?
How big is the egg?
Just
Like-
make the hand size of how big the spider
She leans in very close and like takes your wrist in her hand so she can see it.
I've got some that size, yeah.
What color was it, Sam? What color is this egg?
It was bright blue.
If you have any that are bright blue or that can be colored bright blue.
I don't have any that are bright blue, but I suppose if you really needed me to, I could color it blue.
We'll pay for it, yes.
All right. And it's a no to this one?
She points to the golf ball size one on the counter.
No, it's a no. It's,
All right.
She picks that one up and hobbles into the back. And then a little bit later, she comes out like a tray and sets it down. She's got a smaller vial, has a spider egg in it that's greenish colored. She's got a couple other vials of things. She pops open the top of the cork and starts taking like an eyedropper basically and very carefully dropping in different liquids and shaking it up. A little bit of steam comes out of it. She waves her hand over it. It smells very acidic. And then she kind of shakes it up a little bit. And then you watch as the color of the egg changes from green to a very bright blue.
How closely does it look like what we had?
Give me a perception check. Try and see how well you can remember it and how well you can tell.
18.
It looks fairly close, yeah.
Excellent.
Given
How
the
much?
especially given the dim light that you saw it in that Hannibal would have seen it in originally, it looks very, very close.
How much?
Well, yeah, I could sell. Not as expensive as the other one, but I did have to color it. So I'll say 30 gold pieces.
done. I got it.
No, I got it. I said to do it. It's on me.
You sure? I'll get the paper. I'll get the paper.
Deal. 30 gold.
All right.
Thank you very much. She shuffles it away and sticks it under the counter.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Do you sell potions that can heal?
I do, yes.
How much are they?
Well, the simplest ones start at about 50 gold pieces each.
Okay. And the not simple ones?
Well, the not so simple ones, they get more expensive, significantly so. Let me think. It takes me a second. hold on.
And she goes and starts rummaging under the counter, looking for what looks to be basically a price sheet. She has a hard time remembering what all of these are off the top of her head. Ahem. Well, I'm having a hard time finding it right now. So she says,
250 is the next one up. 250.
Is it?
Yeah.
Next one, I'll give you about 250 off the top of my head. I have a hard time finding my pricing sheet here, but say about 250. Other than that, the ones higher than that generally have to come special order. I don't keep those just around.
Okay. Well, before we leave the city, I'll come visit again. And
Can I buy one of the regular healing potions?
Oh, of course.
I will purchase one then.
Okay.
This is a good thing to have. All right, shall we go find the paper?
to the paper.
To
Let's
the
go.
paper.
All right. Have a nice day. If you need any more potions, make sure you come back to Dorothy's.
Dorothy's. Got it.
Beautiful name.
Oh, thank you very much, young lady.
All right, paper.
Go find some paper.
So you go over to the paper store you saw?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You see a store that, or do you see that store that you saw that seemed to have paper in the windows?
Walk right in like I own the place.
Okay. Walk right into the store. You can see stacks and stacks of paper. You can see inkwells. You can see all kinds of stuff all over the place. It looks very, very paper related.
Do I see one that looks like what Hannibal would like?
You see plenty that you think Hannibal would like, yes.
God damn it.
And the name of the by the way, the name of the store as you walked in was Alfonso's Stationery and Fine Writing Supplies.
Help.
Yes, can I help you?
We need paper.
You see a guy with like a very pencil-thin mustache and bald head with spectacles come out, very well dressed.
Well, yes, what kind of paper?
Science-y paper.
Smart people paper.
Well, I suppose I could help you with that.
He goes over and starts looking through shelves. And he comes up to one set of paper he brings out a sheaf of paper that you can see only one side of it appears like as he pulls it out, he holds out one piece, handling it very carefully. It stays very rigid. Only one side appears to be able to be written on because the back side of it is this almost like rippled, cracked black color, almost kind of looks like a very thin snake skin. And he flips it over and he says,
This would be very smart people paper.
it's very, very useful for smart people.
What does it do?
What does it do? Oh, well, it's the highest quality paper for all sorts of scientific endeavors.
Aja will turn it over. But what's this about on the other side? You can't write on that.
Oh, no, it's only for the type of things you would do with it. You usually don't want to write on both sides, you see. You don't want to double things up. And the material itself is made in such a way that we cannot make both surfaces writable.
Look, you can't get one over on us, you know. We're not stupid. Smart people paper that's only half as good because you can only write on half of it. Come on.
You can write on both sides, smart people paper.
I apologize. He takes it, he puts it back. Right away. Let me see what I can get you. And he puts that back on the shelf. And he thinks to himself, looks around, and he comes back out with another sheaf of very, very light blue paper. Very even color to it. And most parchment and vellum has like sort of that mottled color. This is a very flat, even blue color to it. Light blue, so it can be written on.
Would this be more to your liking?
What does this do?
Well, again, it's just very high quality paper for all sorts of scientific endeavors and any sort of arcane formulae you may wish to write down on it. The Auger symbol shows up very particularly brightly on this one when you're using it for crafting. And he just kind of starts going into some arcane mumbo jumbo.
How is it better than regular paper?
Oh, well, as I just explained, and he just delves into just like all sorts of stuff that just.
Can I touch it? I touch the paper.
Do you ask him that? Or do you just touch? Okay. I suppose you have to be very careful with it, though.
Just gonna reach out and feel a corner of it.
Very, very, very smooth, yet sturdy.
Yeah, Hannibal would like this.
Yeah.
How much?
Well, for the entire sheaf, which is a stack about this big, it would be 75 gold pieces.
We want 2 pieces.
2 pieces.
2 pieces.
Pulls 2 pieces off the stack. It would be 5 gold pieces.
Done. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Do you write fancy too? Is that a thing you do? Do you write fancy?
Do I write fancy?
Yes, you.
Write us a note?
I could, yes.
Good. We're going to buy 1 more piece of paper.
The same kind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And you would like a note written upon it?
That's right, but fancy and good.
All right. I'll charge half a gold piece for my services, bringing that up to just even 3 gold pieces. In addition to the 5.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
All right. And what would you like this note to say? Would you like anything particular in the ink that I use?
Do you have ink which is the blood of some crazy creature that's not very expensive?
Ink made from toes.
Yes, ink made from toes. He'll love that.
He loves toes.
None made from toes, though I do have some made from blood.
Toads? Toads are like toads.
Or brain. Do you have any made from brain?
I can't say I do, no.
We could just... No, we shouldn't lie to him about it. Do you have ink made from anything?
I have ink made from all sorts of things, particular dyes and exotic things ground up and mixed with certain liquids, taken from certain animals that produce it deep in the oceans.
Yeah, that sounds like something he'd like.
He likes oceans.
Yes, he does like oceans. Yes,
Yeah.
ink from some ocean thing.
Yeah.
All right. This is he pulls out a vial of black ink and he says, this is from a creature deep within the sea, many tentacled, and produces a cloud of ink such as this from its body as a defense mechanism. Very rare, very, very exotic creature.
Do I know this animal?
Roll me a nature check.
It's an 11.
He's describing a squid.
Perfect. It'll be like
No,
home.
it's not. It's not exotic.
I beg your
Squid.
pardon.
It's a squid, my sir.
And do you know how difficult it is to capture and drain the ink from a squid?
Yeah, obviously. What do I look like, an idiot?
Not at all, ma'am. I apologize. Is that not to your liking? Would you prefer something else?
Oh, it'll work. It's just not exotic. And you shouldn't market it as such.
All right. Forgive me some embellishment for the enjoyment of my customers. Now he takes out a big giant peacock feather and dips it in the inkwell. Now, what am I saying in this letter?
Well, it's got to have big curly bits. You understand?
Yes.
Lots of curly bits.
Lots of curly bits. Yes, I can do that.
Dear Hannibal.
Dear Hannibal, and he scribbles it out, and it's very loopy and fancy looking.
I'm sorry.
I am
We're
sorry.
sorry.
We are sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you draw a toe?
Sure. He
Draw a toe.
draws out a big toenail and everything.
Good.
Can I draw something on it?
Be my guest.
Oh, heck yeah. She's just going to draw something. It's going to be great, you guys. I should probably do this on the whiteboard so you can see. She's gonna draw a family portrait.
Oh boy.
So there's gonna be with the bowler hat, Hannibal with his hammer. There's gonna be with the knife, Aja, the braids.
Nice.
And then there's gonna be Drew with her quarterstaff and her bun. And she's gonna write as best she can. Family.
All right, as you put that on the bottom, like half of the parchment. Absolutely wonderful, miss. Beautiful. Well done.
Excellent. He's going to love this.
Is there anything else you require from me?
No.
I think we're good.
All right.
You've been a great help.
He takes some sand and scatters it across to dry the ink, blows it off, and then lets it dry. And here you go. There's your letter, your 2 pieces of paper. You've already given me the 8 gold pieces, so.
Oh, one other thing.
Yes.
We have to tie it up with string or something, right?
You can tie it up in string, a ribbon. Perhaps if you wanted to fold it, you could seal it with sealing wax.
Do you have ribbon?
I have some ribbon, yes.
Grab us some ribbon, my friend.
I will.
Blue.
I will do so.
Blue ribbon.
Blue ribbon. All right.
And wax.
Ribbon and wax.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
It's very
So
special.
he goes and he gets a length of ribbon and some sealing wax. Would you like the wax to be any particular color? Blue as well?
Yes. And
Blue as well.
she's going to take a sprig of the mistletoe from her focus
Mhm.
and put this in it.
All right. Brings all this over. Is there any particular, do you have a signet ring or any sort of symbol you'd like to press into the wax as we seal it?
Toes?
I could push my toe in it.
Perfect.
All right.
I love
He
that.
ties it up in the ribbon, drips some sealing wax onto it, melts with the candle, drips some sealing wax onto it, pushes the sprig of mistletoe into it, and then hands it to you so you can press your toe into it.
I want to do that.
All right, so you press your toe print onto it. Get some road dust and dirt on it. You're walking around barefoot all day.
Maybe a little spider web.
It was a pleasure doing business with you.
And you as well, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your patronage.
I'm not your daddy, but that's okay.
What?
And we're going to go. Kind of weird.
Toodaloo.
Goodbye. We'll be back.
Please do.
All right. That was a success.
A rousing success. Hannibal's going to love it.
All right. I think we're getting the hang of this city thing.
Yeah, it's like we've been here forever.
Yeah. People probably aren't half as good at this as we are.
No.
All right. Should we leave it in his room? And he can find it when he comes back? Or should we find him and give it to him?
I don't think he would want us to go into his room without him.
This is probably true. Shall we go find him?
Can I find the nearest person, describe Hannibal to them, and ask if they've seen him?
Let's find out. Hannibal, what have you been doing during all this time?
I am looking for a magic shop.
Looking for a magic shop. All right. Give me an investigation check.
Oh. 14.
14. Okay. When you say magic shop, what kind of specialty are you looking for?
Trinkets.
Okay, so like small items and trinkets?
Maybe like a place I could sell magic stuff.
Okay. So you ask around, and as you're looking around, you find you get directed to a you basically keep getting told, like, oh, if you're looking to buy or sell things, especially if you're looking to sell, you're gonna want to go to Sid's.
Sid's.
Mhm.
Thank you. Sid's. Where is that?
They give you the directions, and you can go over and find your way over to the shop, and you see a big giant sign up top above this place that says it's called the Resplendent Eagle.
That's a very good name. And I walk in.
All right. The windows, on the other hand, are like barred, like from the outside. You get a very pawn shop feel from this place.
I walk in.
Okay, you walk in and you can see shelves and shelves of trinkets and valuables and just all kinds of random odds and ends, bits and bobs all over this place.
Hello?
Hello. Do I hear a customer over there?
You do. My name is Hannibal.
Very nice to meet you, Hannibal. Let me come over there and see you. And you see...
You talk very weird.
I'm sorry to hear that. You hear like a click clack sound coming towards you, and you see from underneath the next shelf, you can see like taloned feet as a best as you could describe bird person, with a long beak and feathered head and yellow beady bird eyes, wearing basically just very nice, like, best you would describe it, sweater with a long scarf wrapped several times around his neck and thrown over his shoulder where it lands between a pair of wings folded up behind him.
I will say this, even though you talk funny, you are magnificent to look at.
Why, thank you. I get that a lot.
As do I, as you can tell from my attire.
You are a snappy dresser, my friend.
Thank you. It makes up for the mutations.
I hardly notice. Now, how can I help you?
So I'm looking for magical items. I also have some magical items you may be interested in.
Interesting. I am always interested in purchasing.
So I have this. It's half of a pair of sending stones. I have this hammer. You throw it and it comes back to you.
Well, both of those are very interesting to me. And you'd be willing to part with both of them?
For possibly a trade or some prices. I also have this bag of holding, but I made it myself. It is not for trade.
I understand sentimental value very well. So, just the hammer and the sending stone, you said?
Yes.
All right. I could definitely use this. Well, see, the trouble with the sending stone is that, they're really only mainly useful in pairs, and if we don't know where the other one is, I can't exactly give you a very good price for them.
I know where the pair is, just I don't think they're willing to part with it.
Well, you see, that's the problem, isn't it?
But then you can listen in on conversations.
Unfortunately, I don't believe that's how those work.
Fine. Actually, could you help me discern if there's any magical components in this then?
And what is that?
Take out the bag of holding, and I dump the spider innards on the counter.
Oh, good gravy.
It's from a spider. It could teleport.
That's fascinating. What is it exactly you wanted me to try and figure out?
Well, first off, I'm trying to see if there's eggs in this mess, but also if there's any magical components in this goo that I could make stuff out of, like potions or something.
Well, I'll help you out with the first one. Why don't we put all that back into the bag? You'll actually find it more useful inside the bag.
Scoop it back in the bag.
Okay. He snaps his fingers, and you can see just like the slightest shimmer behind the counter, and then you can just see like almost like what looks like an invisible pair of hands helping you slide it all in, and then begin wiping the counter down.
Also, while we're here, do you know if there's an apothecary nearby or a weapon shop?
Weapon shops are a little rare around here, but you could probably find them. And apothecaries, I know of several.
Which is the best apothecary?
Hmm.
Because I'm going right there after this.
Well, I would say probably there's a nice lady named Dorothy that just moved in nearby.
Wunderbar. I'm going to go right there.
All right. So for the egg, I can actually help you out with that one very free of charge. So you know how you bag of holding, you just stick your hand in and think about what you want. It flies right into your hand.
Oh, yes, very. Stick my hand in and think, spider egg.
Nothing comes to your hand.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry.
So that didn't work, so there's no eggs left.
Apparently so. I'm sorry to hear that, friend.
I could have had a little pet.
Well, there are exotic pet stores if you would like to purchase.
Wunderbar. And where is one of those?
I could direct you there. It's a couple streets down. They are quite expensive, though.
That's okay. What is the name of the place?
You know, off the top of my head, I can't remember. I'm sorry, but if you just go down the street, I remember it. I can remember it perfectly. You just go right down, take a left, keep going, and you'll just see a whole bunch of cages out front where they keep all of them. And if you just go right in there, I'm sure they can help you out, and I'm sure the name will be on the sign.
Wonderful. It feels like Diagon Alley. Okay. So this hammer, it is magical, and I throw the hammer, and it comes back to me.
Ooh, that is very useful.
Yes. Would you like it?
Well, standard policy, just so you know, is I do cast Identify on all things just to make sure if there's any latent abilities in there or anything like that. I'm not aware of. I want to make sure we're getting a fair price here.
No, that's okay. Never mind. You probably don't want this then.
Okay, all right.
Okay. What about magic items you can sell then?
Well, I've got basically anything you can find on the shelves. I've got that you can find. Small bits and baubles are my thing. I've got a couple of pieces that are in the back. The way my trade works, you see, people come in and they sell their items to me. I hang on to them though. I give them their money. I hang on to them for a bit if they would like, and give them the opportunity to buy them back. But after a certain amount of time, they are forfeited to me, and I can begin to sell them to others.
So it's like a consignment business.
Yeah.
Do you have any other bags like this? You know, extra dimensional?
You know, I think I might have not one exactly like that. But I have a similar one. It's more like a backpack type design.
Wunderbar.
If you would be interested, that is.
How much for this backpack?
Well, it is quite useful. So I would say that would run you somewhere in the realm of used 500 gold pieces.
I don't have 500 gold pieces, but thank you for letting me know. What would you say would happen if I wanted to test out if I could make a bigger dimensional pocket in one of these bags? And I'd say I buy this bag, and I put it inside this bag.
Well, my friend, that'd be an absolutely terrible idea. That would instantly destroy both items and open a gate to the astral sea.
Smile creeps across Hannibal's face. That is very good to know.
Yeah, you generally want to avoid that.
All right. Do you have any useful little trinkets that I could afford?
Well, I suppose that entirely depends on what you can afford.
I can afford anything that is cheaper than 50 gold. You probably don't have anything, so goodbye.
Oh, all right. Well, come back if you're feeling up to spending a bit more money.
I feel you're very nice.
I hope good fortune finds you.
What is your name again?
My name is Sid.
Sid. I will remember you and your beautiful plumage.
Oh, thank you very much, my friend.
Okay, goodbye.
Farewell.
And I look for that exotic pet store.
Okay. You direct your way over down the street, and you just see a sign that just says exotic pets. That's all the sign says.
Well, that is disappointing. And I walk inside.
All right. You go in, and you can see a Goliath standing there with like a snake wrapped around one arm, an owl sitting on his shoulder, and like he's currently chasing after what appears to be a like lizard that's like about this big, chasing across the floor, and he picks it up under one arm. He's like, there you go, come here, get back in there. And he's like putting them all back where they belong in like cages and stuff. He's like, come on. Hello, how can I help you?
Hello, big man. I am here looking for a exotic pet.
Well, that's what the sign says, so you've come to the right place.
Do you have any spiders that can teleport?
Talk about a phase spider. Those are a little big for our fare, so hard to keep them in a cage too. So no, we don't usually keep those in stock.
Do you have any things that could be considered dangerous to keep as a pet then?
Well, a few. Most pets can be considered dangerous if you, if you don't take the right care of them. If you, yeah, a few.
Can you show me that?
Well, I just look around. There's all kinds around here. Of course, like I was saying, any pet can be considered dangerous if you don't know. A dog could bite somebody even.
That's true. Well, you see, I'm just looking for a companion. That can kill people if they bother me.
All right. Well,
kill bad people, not nice people.
And
possibly bite my siblings if they keep stealing my stuff.
All right, I've got something that could use. I'll say this. It could use someone, a patient owner, who would be willing to give it some love.
I can be patient.
All right. Well, let me bring you into the back here.
Wonderful.
Puts the owl into a larger cage and puts it in there after giving it some seed, and takes the lizard and puts it in somewhere you can see it like a spot with a lot of sun coming in through the window. And the snake just kind of keeps trying to take the snake, but it keeps like wrapping around. He's like, all right, fine. And it just like curls up on his shoulders and stays there, and then he ducks under some other cages and brings you into the back, where you can see a small kennel, and inside you have to lean down, and inside you can see what appears to be a black and red furred little puppy with two heads.
That is wunderbar. What is it?
Well, they're known, the name that they're usually given, they're called a death dog.
That is aptly named and perfect for me. How much is it?
Well, it's got this problem. I should warn you, it's got this thing where when it gets older, its mouths are, generally full of disease. So if it bites anybody, that can cause problems, but they're a little hard to sell because of that. So they're very vicious. You'd have to train it very well.
I can be vicious.
Well, I recommend be more patient.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be vicious too as a dog.
Okay. Gosh, I've had this one for a little while now, and no one seems to be interested. So I'll bring the price down to 150 gold pieces.
So here's the kerfuffle we have right now.
Okay.
I have 108 gold pieces. But I can toss in something extra, if that's okay.
What did you have in mind?
I have a bag full of, since you just told me what I was looking for, I have a bag full of space spider guts. I have this magic hammer that when you throw it, it returns to you.
Actually, though, is it phase spider guts?
Yeah, phase spider guts.
Actually, I've got a big market for blink dogs, and those are really useful in making treats for them, for training. So, yeah, I'd say 100 gold and some face spider guts. That'd do it.
Sounds good. Do you have a bucket or something I can dump some into?
Oh, I've got basins, bins, buckets. How much you have?
Quite a lot.
He starts picking up receptacles until he finds one that's the right
I
size.
think I took it from a big parent one.
Oh, all right. Yeah, basically like a tin wash tub and sets it down.
Dump it all out. All the innards.
All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's some good stuff. Oh, it looks fresh, too.
I was looking for eggs because I was going to have myself. I wanted a pet face spider.
Now, they're hard to train. Yeah.
That's okay. So am I.
All right. Well, here we go. He leans down. He unlatches the little crate, and the little dog comes out. The two heads like growl up at you.
I will have you know I have a -1 to animal handling.
I'm not sure what that means, but do your best.
All right. Your name is going to be... What would you like to be called?
Kind of looks up at you a little, just kind of stares up at you.
Oh, does this come with like a leash or something?
Oh yeah, I'll get you a lead for it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
What does it eat?
Meat. They're hunters. They're predators.
Oh, wunderbar. Hold on 1 second. I want to test something out.
All
Reach to
right.
the bag. Gith. And then I'm holding on like the Gith body's like, arm, and I cut the hand off.
Okay.
And I hand the Gith hand to the death dog.
Okay. The owner has gone off to go get the lead, so you drop a hand. You're just back here alone with the dog, and it's like looking at you suspiciously, but you drop a severed hand in front of it, and you can see its eyes just light up, and it just starts going to town, and like the two heads pick it up, like one with each finger, and they start tugging at it with each other, and like pulling and ripping flesh off this thing with their tiny little sharp teeth.
Wunderbar. I think I'm going to call you. Let's see. I pull up the demonology book and flip through it. Name suggestions, name ideas. Oh, here we go. Moloch.
Moloch. All right. You hear the big Goliath coming back with the lead, and you can see that the death dog, the two heads have managed to strip about half the flesh off this hand in about less than a minute.
Oh yes, hello.
All right, here you go. Here's the lead.
Thank you.
Let me just show you how to. Is that a hand?
Yes, it's a hand. It's from one of my experiments. Don't worry about it.
All right.
It's not a murder victim.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
I robbed the grave.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Okay, thank you. What'd you say your name was?
I didn't.
Oh, what is your name then? I'm Hannibal.
Well, let me show you how to put this lead on your dog.
So it gives you time to remember what your name is?
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, thank you.
So he goes ahead and like starts. Basically, it's like it has to have a harness because you can't like put the collar around one of the heads. You have to kind of do like a double loop harness thing for it.
For sure.
He shows you how to put that on and clip it on, like, and attach the lead. He's like, yeah, there you go. So there you go. There's your leash.
Thank you. Oh, that thing looks cool. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I am Hannibal.
Good to meet you.
And you are?
Mine. Oh, you know what? I think I hear a customer up front. I'm gonna have to get going. Sorry about that. I have to go.
It's very strange. You don't want to give me your name.
He hurries off.
But thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I leave with Moloch the death dog.
Okay. Trots along next to you in his lead. Seems still suspicious of you and kind of growls at everything, but seems to like you a little bit more than everybody else since you fed it humanoid flesh.
As we're walking towards Dorothy's, I'm gonna reach into the bag again.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna give him like the other hand.
Okay. It's like he's like this big right now, so the hand is kind of like you can't like carry the hand.
Oh, okay. I give him like 2 fingers, one for each head.
Okay, so you just pop off some fingers in the bag of holding and hand it to him. Yeah, they start chewing on them happily as he walks.
Moloch, I don't think you're very beautiful. And yeah, I make my way to Dorothy's.
Okay, make your way over to Dorothy's Apothecary. You can see it's the exact same shop I described to them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it seems to be an apothecary.
I walk in with Moloch.
Okay. You can see, yeah, the old woman there. She's putting some things up on a shelf and taking some things. She's just finishing removing a vial off the counter that has what appears to be a giant spider egg in it.
What is that?
What? Oh, hello. Good sight. Nice to see you.
That thing you have in the vial, what is it?
This is a very big spider egg.
I see that. What lives inside the egg?
Well, nothing. This one's.
Okay, I don't care anymore. So,
all right.
Hello. My siblings stole a spider egg from me.
All right.
It was tiny and blue.
Okay.
I found out it belonged to a face spider.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any of those?
Can't say I do, no.
That's very interesting. So I am a fellow, alchemist myself, I like to think. So
that's nice.
I currently don't have any money.
All right.
Because I just spent it all to buy this little guy.
Oh, he looks nice.
He's not to rip your face off and kill you. So do you buy alchemical ingredients? I have some very interesting things.
I can. Depends on what you have.
Wunderbar. I pull out the vial of fish scales, the vial of seaweed, and a glass bottle of unidentified slime, and the vial that has an earlobe in it.
Okay, let's go through those again. So what was the first one?
Vial of fish scales.
We're out on the coast here. I get plenty of those, so
okay,
sorry.
So never mind. So the seaweed's probably useless as well. What about this? And it's a vial with that guy's earlobe in it that I cut off.
I might be able to do something with that.
It's top quality earlobe.
Uh-huh.
I harvested it myself.
I'll give you 20 gold pieces if neither of us ask any questions.
Sounds good to me. Hand her the earlobe.
All right.
Slides you across 20 gold pieces.
But then I have this glass jar filled with this slime I can't identify.
Where'd you get it?
I seem to have started my adventures with it as my background starting equipment.
Huh.
I got it from a Gith enclave.
I can take a look at it, but off the top of my head, looking at it right now, I can't tell you exactly what it might be.
Okay. I hand her the glass bottle of unidentified slime.
Okay. You just want to leave this with me and I can run some tests on it and tell you what it might be?
Sure. I'm currently staying at a well, this is very embarrassing. I'm staying at this inn that I don't remember the name of.
All right.
It's got it's something. I had it written down somewhere because I forgot where I was staying.
Limping Stag.
I think the voice in my head is telling me it's the Limping Stag.
All right. Okay. I'll send you a message if I figure something out.
Thank you. So 20 gold pieces for the earlobe?
Uh-huh. And nobody asks any questions about where you got it or what I'm going to use it for.
No, because that could be bad for the both of us.
Exactly. This didn't happen.
What are you going to use it for?
We just said we're not going to ask those kind of questions.
But I want to know now.
Then you can have your earlobe back, and I'll take my 20 gold.
I don't have the gold anymore.
What do you mean you don't have it anymore?
I lost it.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, do you have anything that I could use to possibly make a poison?
Oh, plenty.
Or do you have poisons?
Well, I'm not supposed to, but since we're already trading in earlobes, I can tell you that I've got some poisons.
It's like ones that people can ingest and they don't know they're ingesting them.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have?
Well, how much money are you willing to spend? Given that you said you don't have any money and you only got 20 gold, I can guess that not that much.
I have 20 gold.
Well, poison's kind of expensive. So I don't know if I have that much for you.
Oh, that's very, very sad.
They generally start at around 150 gold.
Are you good at... Never mind, I was gonna say something very rude. I was gonna ask if you're good at defending yourself, but I'm just kidding, I'm not going to rob you. I was
It's a
trying...
wise plan, young man.
So... My name is Hannibal.
Nice to meet you. I'm Dorothy.
So, okay, wunderbar. I'll definitely be back when I have some money.
All right. Hope to see you.
And I'll buy the shop off of you to make it my own.
If you really want to.
I don't have that much money.
Well, if you ever do, let me know.
Okay, Dorothy. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Hannibal.
Come on, Moloch. If she dies, you can eat her. She's very old. And I make my way out of the shop and I guess head back towards the inn.
Okay. Actually, as you guys, there's kind of like a big, like almost market square area. And as you guys are exiting the stationery shop, you see Hannibal walking along, putting his pack back over his shoulder and holding a leash of a small puppy.
I love it.
You see him like off at a distance, so like on the other side of the square.
Out of my way, this is a ferocious beast.
Run up.
Shall we?
I'm
Nice,
gonna
I guess.
run up to this dog.
You guys go up to Hannibal?
Yeah.
The
Well,
dog.
that is where we can. That interaction is where we can start things next week.
Okay, wunderbar.
All right.
With the death dog. And Hannibal having 1 hit point.
Oh yeah. I was like swaying side to side this entire time. All right. That was another fun week, guys.
Wow.
Hannibal's got a pet.
I love him, and if anything happens, I'm killing all the party and so,
Okay.
And we have gifts. We have good gifts.
Yep, you got gifts for Hannibal, and you successfully rid a house of some phase spiders.
Cool.
And the next day, you guys need to go and collect your 900 gold pieces for your job well done.
Woo!
And 2 unidentified scrolls that will be delivered to Hannibal.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for playing, and thank you, audience/chat, for watching, listening, and conversating.
Yes, yes, indeed. Thank you, chat.
All right. Any announcements or anything anyone would like to say? Oh, yeah.
Obviously, this week could be iffy for games on Wednesday and Thursday because I am in the middle of a move, but chances are they're still going to happen, like 95%. So Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, you can tune in on this channel for our continuation of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. If you haven't seen last week's episode, I advise it because gelatinous cubes are fun and they kill people pretty easily. So that's 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays, you can always tune into our pirate campaign, Beneath the Tide. Sam plays in that. He's up there. You can see him over there. He's the dungeon master for this game.
Hello.
And you can see us continue our adventure into the Feywild in our pirate campaign, which makes the two combination. That makes no sense, but whatever. And then Thursdays.
One day we'll do some piracy.
One day. You guys have a pirate ship now and a crew, so it's and there's a pirate war getting started behind the scenes, so there's definitely gonna be piracy now. And then 7 p.m. on Thursdays, you can tune in and watch Grimshade Mountain, which is DM'd by Garrett. Also, he's also known as Dorker Do in the Twitch chat. So if you see him in there, he's in there right now. He just said Death Dog. And I'm also in the process of making a D&D 5e setting book. I'm just getting all the background information written up and everything, and looking at getting artists to help me make the art and maps of the world. Because I found out I'm not good at making world maps. My world map is supposed to look like a creepy skull, and it doesn't. And that's a setting book I'm working on. It's gothic horror set in a Victorian era kind of inspired setting. And if you played the video game Bloodborne, that's a lot of the inspiration there in terms of creature design and stuff. There won't be dragons or beholders. It's all like creepy, like killer tongues that have like millipede legs and thousands of eyes on the tongue. and they eat their prey with a proboscis. So that's that. And it's going to be called Madness and Meat Pies. That's a setting book I'm super excited about. Probably going to see content with from the book in some of the games I DM just to test out stuff. Specifically the Killer Tongue, because I want to play with it. And also in terms of announcements, I couldn't get Nightbot to work for some reason tonight or today. So if you want to join our page, if you want to check out our Discord, you can do that. I think I still have a link to it. I don't. I'll link the Discord if you're in the chat. You like Discord? You can check out our Discord because you can chat with all of us on there if you want to.
Some spicy memes.
Get some spicy memes in our meme channel, which is the most active channel on the Discord.
Is it? I never go on there.
It is the most active chat channel.
There's some spicy memes, fam.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if I knew we had a meme channel.
Yeah, people wanted a meme channel.
There it is. Wow. Yeah, look at all that.
We also have a Patreon, which you can easily find at Mimics Monstrosities. And the Patreon is cool because it helps me keep this going. And eventually, once I get enough patrons, I'm going to start making weekly mini adventures for the patrons that they get for free that I'll be selling on DM's Guild. But you all get it for free every month. So those are announcements. And obviously follow the channel on Twitter at Mimics and Monstros, or follow everybody on Twitter if they have Twitter.
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter for a high-res picture of that masterpiece Drusilla drew.
Yeah, do it. So yeah, I'm on Twitter at JWROSSS. The channel's Twitter is at Mimics and Monstros. Sam, do you want to pimp your Twitter out?
Sure. It's at D_N_D_N_D.
Yay. Michael, do you have a
saying it
Twitter?
out loud when I wrote it.
Michael, do you have a Twitter you want to promote? Toss it there.
I do, but I don't post anything to it. I just read stuff like memes, especially spicy memes.
Oh, okay. And Rose.
Follow me on Twitter at DELANYROSECOO2. Probably changing that soon, but for right now, that's what it is. I mainly post like crocheting and crafting. And pretty quick here, I'm going to start posting my portfolio for web design and graphic design because that's what I study.
Ooh, sweet.
So follow me on there for mainly shit posting, though. That's mainly what I do.
All right, and I only post about D&D basically, so it's thematic. Also, if you do join our Discord, I recommend it because we have channels for everything: video games, talking D&D. If you're a dungeon master and you want to talk to other dungeon masters, there's a DM chat channel. It's always nice to bounce ideas back because I can't talk about to anybody on the channel about my games. So come in and chat about games. So as always, we wave goodbye to our webcams at the end of every game. So goodbye, everyone.